Nothing but the Tide.
Don't give a piss about nothing.
Once that video dropped, it was over. They were in the playoffs, guaranteed. There was nothing you could do about it.
He's got cross-eyed like the whole time. Like I thought it was a bit the dude from the side. No, he is.
Like he's,
God.
it's just like how many people are like that are like, there's definitely a hint of racism in there, but he also loves
That,
Alabama football, and they're
yeah,
all black. But he's also probably a little racist. Like it's this weird like blend of
yeah,
like white trash, but I love
yeah,
Bama.
yeah.
It's so weird. It's like the weirdest mix of I don't even know. It's
We're
it's
playing
insane.
Hank Williams if the South would have won, but we're
Yeah,
tied
but
to
like we don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and it's just all black.
that.
The quarterback is even black now. At least they used to at least hold out hope, like gonna
They
have a
had one.
pocket passer, white QB for a while, and then you get Hurts and Tua and Bryce
Elro.
Young and now Milroe. Like it's just been a string of just
Do you think they were
black
just so happy
QBs.
when that who was the Asian quarterback that was from Notre Dame, who's now a lacrosse
Oh,
player?
Buckner
Think they
when
were
he
just
got
like,
in,
gotta,
maybe.
gotta
That
go.
that magical season with Mac Jones was probably just the best ever.
They
Just unathletic, like kind of fat white quarterback, just
looks like a
slinging it
principal.
around. Yeah, they just loved it.
Loved every second of it. In fact, they probably think like Mac Jones is probably like a top 5 quarterback right
Oh
now.
yeah, should be
Like,
starting.
wait a minute.
I can't believe the
It's always
Pats even
fun.
won that game. I didn't really watch much of it. I just watched the end, like the last quarter or so.
Yeah, I was doing anything else, so I
Yeah,
checked it
that's
out on my
fair.
phone for like the
That's
last
fair.
half, and
I
I
saw
just
the
saw,
Pats somehow scored 21 points in the first half. I'm like, how is this even possible?
yeah, I saw
Steelers are
TJ
dead.
Watt doing his thing. That's about it.
Yeah,
They just
Steelers
suck
are.
on
Yeah,
offense.
they're dead. Steelers are dead.
Yeah. Sorry, Steelers fans.
Even with
Actually,
Pickett,
I'm
like
not.
they had a fun game. Like it's always the
Yeah.
first game. Like Canada gets fired, and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll turn up, and then you lose to the Cardinals, and then the Patriots.
Yep.
Like,
Season's
yeah,
over.
season is prime, but there's 7-6. So is it? I don't
I mean,
know.
apparently the
I,
Patriots are still in the hunt after this, so
yeah, I don't know why those guys are. They should be trying to lose games, man.
I saw Kyle put in the chat, this is the one game that I want to lose. If
Facts.
you
They
want
want
to
to lose
lose
every
it,
game now.
you'll win it. They'll probably win out after this, honestly. Like somehow Bill will just cook and just
Facts.
out of a top 5
Finish
team.
like 7-10, and you just have like the 14th pick, and you're like, dude, what are we doing right now? And you're gonna take like a random O lineman again.
Yeah.
It's like, gosh,
Some big son
just
bitch.
horrible. Yeah, big ol' oos.
And then you're gonna have to go and try to instill, don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide in Mac Jones and hope for the best, but
Yeah,
probably won't happen.
honestly though, if you're like mid first round, you could probably get like surely like you could get a Penix
You
or a
could.
Bo
It just
Nix. Like
depends
those
on the
guys aren't
rate.
going top 10, right? Like
I mean, okay, this was before
maybe.
the Rams went on a run, but they were projecting that Bo Nix was gonna go 6 to the Rams. So I don't
Yeah,
know though. I'd
maybe.
rather
I
have
think it.
Penix than
I just
Bo.
think it depends what teams,
But they're so old. That's the hard part too. When they come out this late, like
which means they
they're
should be ready to go. Like
yeah, but like they're
it could be
already
a good thing. You're getting an old, experienced quarterback on a rookie deal. Like by the
yeah,
time his rookie deal's up, he's gonna be like 29. Like it's crazy. It might not even be a bad thing. I think it
might
just
not.
depends what team has the pick. Like if you have
Yep.
pretty solid O line
Yeah, it could be a
and
good
some
pick.
receivers, like Penix could be your guy. Like I'm trying to think, what would be a good team
Um,
for Penix?
that's a good
Like
question.
Minnesota.
Minnesota would be a good pick for Penix for sure.
Like Minnesota would be like imagine he's out there throwing it to Jefferson and Addison. Like that would be pretty like even the Steelers
I would
wouldn't
say
be
Steelers
horrible.
or even Vegas wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah, and I see Bo Nix at more like a
What about Atlanta? Atlanta is not a bad shout. They got
yeah,
some
Atlanta
pieces.
Atlanta would be fun. I could see Bo Nix in Atlanta too, honestly.
Could. I'd honestly, if Justin Fields has to get like traded or released, I want to see him go to Atlanta.
I just think Penix is so accurate. It's almost hard for him to be a miss. Like
Yeah, he's
if you
too
can just
accurate.
stand him in the pocket, like I'm seeing him make NFL throws all the time.
Here's a hot take though. If you are going through like this quarterback search, you think there's a chance that the Bengals draft a quarterback because they're like Joe Burrow just messed up his wrist again? Like,
Yeah,
think
like
about it.
the later draft, like maybe mid-round type of vibe.
Yeah,
Like
if
kind of
they
what the Eagles did when they drafted Hurts
yeah.
in like the second round, and even though they still had Wentz, and everyone's like, "What the hell are they doing?" Even I was like that. I'm like,
Oh
okay."
yeah, you were pissed.
But
You were
then
pissed.
Wentz gets dinged up, and then gets dinged up again. It's like
Yeah,
eventually you suck enough to where it's like, all right, full
they'll just get
rebuild.
in.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So maybe, cause
Would you
like,
say you were bummed out?
yeah, a little bit bummed out.
A little bit bummed out.
Like who's gonna are the Cardinals going QB?
I don't
Are they
know.
sticking with Kyler? That's the question. Like at what point are the Broncos gonna try and get a
That's a good
backup
point.
in?
Yeah, because Russ
Like
is getting older.
Russ is older. The Seahawks, like at what point is Geno kind of done? There's a lot of
Ooh,
like,
this might be a really, really hot take, but it could. I've seen, like you said, with the Wentz and they drafted Hurts. What if Chargers pick up a quarterback and try to move on from Herbert?
they pick up Bo Nix.
Oh, Nix.
Oh, you know what would be what you know what Seattle should do?
What?
They should draft Penix.
Yeah, that'd be a
Keep
perfect
him
move.
at home. DK, Lockett, and Jigba. Like he's
Okay.
basically Geno. He's just a
Yeah,
more
he's
accurate
younger.
Geno. He's black. Like he checks off all the boxes.
Dang, get him in here.
Get him in now.
This is so
He's already in Seattle. He's up there already. Like that would be
yeah.
sweet, actually. Like who?
I actually would like
Because
to
they're gonna
watch
have
that
a
too.
mid-round pick probably. Like they're gonna be 8-9, 9-8, 7 and
Honestly,
10, like that type of vibe.
I would not be too pissed if like if the Rams continue like this is saying if we do make a wild card run, if we snuck a quarterback in like the second round, I wouldn't be mad. Like
Yeah, and especially the way like especially I know Seattle, they draft well in second, third, fourth, like mid rounds. They get guys that can play. Like the way this league is right now, everybody wants that rookie quarterback.
yeah,
Like this is the time for everyone. Like okay, we want the cheap. How the Niners are doing it. Brock Purdy's on a freaking free contract
yeah,
basically, and they have every player is the number one player or the
yeah,
number one paid. Like you get Bosa and Young, and they got the top paid running back and the top paid fullback and the top paid tight end and the top paid left tackle. Like everyone's top paid because Purdy makes like basically
nothing.
minimum wage
Yeah,
to play quarterback. And like, what if you have that with Penix, who's already like 25 years old? He's experienced. He's played a bunch of games. You're gonna have him on a cheap deal for 4 years. I
yeah,
mean, I would. Why not? Like, what is the downside?
yeah. You could just throw everything in if
And even if
Seattle
it doesn't
picked up
work, it's
Penix.
okay. Like,
Sure, but like if I picked up Penix and I move on from Geno and I have all these young pieces, that's where you start going out and acquiring people. Like, hey, I'll
yeah,
trade this guy, I'll trade a draft it. Like, make a team quick. I could see that working really well. Honestly, if Penix can avoid going to, I mean, this is for every quarterback there. I don't know any quarterback in the draft that will be as successful going to like a Chicago #1. Like, I
yeah.
just, I
Anywhere with the bad O line, like same with the Panthers.
yeah,
Like, they don't have a
they
pick
need to
obviously
fix
because it's
it.
the Bears pick, but like that O line is so bad. That's the one worry I do have with the Raiders. That O line is not good either. Where
True.
they might need more of a Bo Nix than a Penix. Because at
Hmm.
least Bo Nix and even a Caleb, like who can
Hmm.
run around a little bit, or even a Jaden Daniels. Like I don't know if Jaden Daniels will really make it just off
Yeah,
of like accuracy and all that, but playmaking, like if like
he can
who
make
would
plays.
you rather watch on a Sunday? Like Brett Ripien or freaking Jaden Daniels at least trying. Like
Jaden
give
Bell.
me like at least
Give
I'll
me
watch it. And
Jaden,
like it's like I'd rather watch like Flacco's cool, but like DTR at least freaking run around and like do something. And
Yeah, he'll give
Jaden
me
Daniels is probably a
time.
better version of DTR.
I'd say so.
Like,
No,
I just
I
can't believe we're still watching these, like, Tim Boyles and, like, who are these guys? There's nobody else?
dude, it was kind of amazing to me thinking back, like with backup quarterbacks. I forgot that Jake Browning bounced around because when he was in college, I was like, yeah, this guy's pretty solid. Like he could
Mhm.
do something in the NFL. And just watching him against the Jaguars was like, because people obviously he made some great like um, Jamar made some great catches, but he does that
Yeah.
for Joe anyways. Like he's just gonna make a great
Yeah.
catch, but he was slinging the ball
He was
pretty
just
well for
doing what was required, like, just be, like, competent.
that. If
Like,
he's open,
the
go to him.
that the Boyle guy for the Jets, like, he was bad in college. Like, DeVito,
Mhm.
dude, like, there's no way we're trotting these guys out. Like, Browning has I'm pretty sure he has the California record for passing yards and touchdowns in high school. He threw,
So
like,
he's good. He's
92
he's a
touchdowns
yeah,
in one season, or, like, something insane.
Christ.
I know that because the guy who's the head coach for Stanford,
Mhm.
my dad's one of my dad's really good friends was the head coach of the high school when Browning was there.
Oh,
So basically, he was there with Browning. Browning goes off in his offense, and then he gets like the Eastern Washington OC job, and then goes to boom, 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 and now you're head coach of Stanford because he started at the high school with Browning. It's like it's crazy, but like just get a backup who
competent.
can run that offense. Like Burrow does some special things, but he's accurate, on time, anticipates throws. It's the same thing with like the the Eagles. Like, okay, Hurts comes out, Mariota comes in, same kind of thing. Can
Mhm.
do RPOs, can run, like, have a guy that can do
What your
what
starter
your
can.
starter does. Like, the people like, I'm trotting out DeVito and Boyle and Ripien, and, like, these guys aren't
Yeah.
even accurate. Like, they can't even throw the foot. I guess that is the same as Zach Wilson, though, so that's fair enough.
I mean, I gotta give it to Zach though. At least he tries. Like I saw him play, and I'm like,
Put it in harm's way, that's for sure.
shit, but you're trying. Like
Yeah,
I can't say you're not giving me everything you got. I mean, I first of all, I don't understand how Brett Ripien got picked up by anybody. Like he looked so bad against me. Like
he's
he could not
terrible.
complete a pass.
He's horrible.
Um, yeah, I don't really understand. Like I feel like when we were younger, backup quarterbacks were like pretty competent. Like, they weren't stars, but like I could bring in my backup quarterback and know like, okay, he can take care of the football and keep it a close
Yeah.
game. And you got these backups trotting out there, and you're like, wow,
Maybe just no one wants to be a ba
backup.
I think what happens is, like, there's a lot of good quarterbacks in college,
Hmm.
and then they get to the NFL, they wanna be a starter, and because 'cause they've been the starter their whole life,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
nobody wants to be a backup, like,
Yeah.
realistically, and then they just kinda like, "I don't even wanna do this, like, I don't wanna just help in the team meetings and, like, look at the little iPad when the starter makes a mistake," or, like, so they maybe just flame out, and the guys that are left are the ones that were like, just happy to be here, honestly, like, is
I
just
went
a
hold the
good
clipboard.
locker
Yeah,
room
yeah.
guy. Yeah, like, it's just a good locker room guy. Like, that's what they said about Boyle. They said Rodgers just likes him because he's good in the locker room and he likes watching film with him. Nothing to do with his quarterbacking ability. They're like, "Hey, just bring this guy in. He'll be good. He'll help out
Uh,
like Zach Wilson. Like, he's a good guy to be around." But then Zach Wilson sucks so much, you gotta end up putting this guy in, and he just can't even do simple things. Whereas,
I
why
would
not just, like,
keep Mike White.
get some dual threat guy that can just run around like a freak and, like, who cares? You're
Yeah,
gonna
my
lose
biggest
anyway, might as well have fun with it.
I just saw that Brett Hundley was a quarterback in the XFL. I'm like, why not put him on the Jets? Like he can move around a little bit.
There's gotta be somebody out there,
Maybe
like,
something.
there's gotta be something happening, like
What happened to Darren Thomas? Why not try him? I think he could do something. Or he might be too old.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, some of these guys who are just like, "I'm really good, I think I'm really good," and
Hmm.
then they kinda don't pan out, they don't wanna stick it out and be backups. It's the guys who are kinda shit and are just happy to be there, then they end up
Yeah,
having to go out there and play. It's like Chad Henne on the Chiefs that for, like, 10 years, it's like, he could do a job at least,
yeah.
but he ain't good.
Oh,
He's just a good guy in there. Like, and they're like, "Alright, we're never really gonna take him out. Mahomes will be great." And then Mahomes goes down and you're like, "Shit, we need you gotta make a couple
Chad.
plays here, bud."
Anything needs to
Coaching
happen.
high school football and then's gotta come in and, like, play. Like, what are we doing? It just
Yeah,
puts a bad product out there. It was Zappy versus Trubisky tonight. Like, horrible.
yeah. I feel like there's a lot more quarterback injuries this year than ever before.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I don't know what's
I
up.
mean, Derek Carr. I hate to say it. I even like I said, I met the guy at a Christian camp. Great guy, but man, he's always hurt.
Yeah.
But I respect that he plays through it. So I was kind of used to seeing him getting like kind of tore up. But just every other quarterback's like either torn Achilles here or shoulder
And
separation. Like,
season enders too,
yeah.
like, not
You
just
think
like,
it's because of
out for a
the
couple
change?
weeks.
You think it's because of the change in how you have to hit people?
maybe you gotta go so low, and now people are just getting rolled up on all the time.
Yeah,
But
so
there's
instead of
been
just
some weird ones like
chest,
Burrow's wrist,
that was weird.
like
That had to have
random,
been
but
an
a
injury
couple
they knew.
Achilles, obviously, with Rodgers and Cousins.
Yeah, they were
But those weren't necessarily because of going low. Like Rodgers was kind of like some guy was on top of him. It was like weird. I forget what
yeah.
happened to Kirk.
Kirk was
Um,
just dropping back and stepped up in the pocket and it
yeah. But
popped.
like, oh yeah, that's right. But like now Lawrence got his ankle stepped on, and Richardson's out with his shoulder, and
Deshaun
who else
Watson,
was out? Stafford was out for a little bit.
yeah, it was a thumb
Um,
issue.
Hurts has kind of just been injured a little bit, like on the low.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh, another Achilles, or no, was it ACL for Daniel Jones, or was it Achilles? It was ACL. I think
Uh,
his was on the drop back too. He dropped
yeah,
back,
ACL, yeah,
stepped,
yeah.
and ACL, boom, explosion. Fields was out for like 4 games.
Yeah,
So it's like having a competent backup like get you to the playoffs. Like Browning, I'm not
he
gonna
could
say
carry
they'll
you to
they'll
the
they'll
playoffs.
win a playoff game, but like they
He'll
could
get
go
you there.
9-8 or 10 and
Yeah.
7. They have enough playmakers and a decent enough defense to where they can, if he's just not turning the ball over and they don't have Tyler Boyd doing like trick play interceptions. I don't know what they were doing
Gosh.
there, but
Oh, just
that was
dirt
just
it.
the worst thing I've ever seen.
I was like, "Wait, just throw it away or run it," and he just said,
Yeah.
I think I fit it."
Yeah, but
Wow.
we can talk more about those teams when we do
Yeah,
the top 10 because there's at least enough that yeah, there's enough to talk about those like fringe teams.
yeah, in the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe this will also bring up to like fans for franchises and stuff like, hey, maybe we need to show a little more respect to a backup quarterback because like
Yeah, I know.
we need him if
Facts.
we have a shit guy. Like our
Like
season's over.
last year when Hurts was out for 2 games, um, Minshew, I mean, basically almost beat Dallas in Dallas, then had a shit game against the
Yeah,
Saints. But like, backup in and you lose 2 games, like if you're able to like win close games that are kind of 50-50, like having a good backup, like the Eagles know Foles won the Super Bowl.
yeah.
So like if you have a guy in that can come in and have a little magic to him, could go a long way, could win you a Super Bowl. Like
Yeah.
kind of like maybe Browning. Like I don't know if they'll win the Super, like that would be crazy, but
No, I could see him getting them to the playoffs.
Foles won it. Like it's not like there is nobody besides Eagles fans that sat there and like, you know what? Eagles are gonna make the run. Even Eagles fans were like, let's just one
Yeah,
game at a time. Let's just see what happens. Like,
yeah. No,
and it just
100%.
and it works out, and you beat Tom Brady.
Or with the Vikings that year, you have Case Keenum and he takes you to the NFC Championship game. Like,
Yeah,
wow. What happened to him? I'd rather see him in New York. What
yeah. I
happened?
don't. Yeah, I don't know what he does anymore. Does he like?
I think he's still a backup. I thought I
Is
saw
he
him pretty.
somewhere? Let me
Yeah,
look. Let me Google that. Case Keenum.
he used to be a
He
phenomenal
is
college.
backup for the Texans.
Okay, so they have a
Oh, so
competent
he's
back.
vibing. Yeah, so
Oh,
he'll never have to play
no,
unless
he's well done.
Stroud gets hurt or something.
I don't know if it's like a change in the way people are working out now, but like so many different
I
yell tears and then
I'm gonna go
Achilles.
on record.
Yeah,
I'm on record on the Stooge experience.
right.
I think that lifting this like I'm gonna lift to get faster, more explosive mindset is creating more injuries.
Okay.
That's what I think. I've seen more people get like think I was talking to my dad about this. I was like, "Dad, back in the 80s, right? 70s, how many people do you know that just were blowing their knee out or ripping Achilles up?" And he was like, "Not as much as now." Like granted they were all basically playing on grass. I personally don't think that has much to do with it. I think that people are just almost too strong for their
For
own
their body.
bodies. Like you're
Makes
getting
sense.
to a point where like I like the kids I train, we rarely lift weights. Like I don't have them go underneath a
Barbell.
squat rack and just say you're going to squat this much or you're going to do this much deadlift or like because for running there isn't a single point in a race where you have both of your feet on the ground at the same time, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
One foot's on the ground, the other foot's on the ground, you're running. So
Mhm.
why would I have you just sit under a bar and put all that pressure on your spine? Like for you, you don't like run anymore, so you're just gonna lift, be strong, whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go out there and sprint and like,
Yeah.
like you don't have to worry about that. So like people doing that just for fitness is fine. But I think if you can move your body weight, if you can do plyos, hurdle hops, you can do stuff with weights, but explosive stuff, one leg stuff. Like I think guys are getting
It makes sense. I
I
would back your take for sure.
yeah, there's a lot let's just say this, a lot of people at USC that I know that sprinted that did not lift weights in high school came to USC, started lifting and started getting injured more. You get heavier.
Mhm.
Like normally when I run I'm under 180. At my heaviest at USC I was 192.
Yeah, it's a
Just
lot of
swole, just
weight to sprint.
lifting 3 times a week, and now I'm just heavy. Now I feel slow on the track. And they're like, "No, you're more explosive, trust me." I'm like, "Okay, I ran my fastest when I was in high school and I was 172 pounds." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, you tell me, but I guess you know.
Yeah.
But that's what's tough. You think like you go to the NFL, you're like, "Oh, these people definitely know." And maybe they don't know what's good for everyone.
It's a fair point.
That's my hot take. I think
I
it's
would
overrated.
definitely I would definitely back that. Like one thing I remember when I was playing college ball was we would lift heavy and then immediately go outside and run a lot of sprints, like a lot of 100-yard sprints, like 20 to
Mhm.
30 of these things. And I remember I had a lot of linemen who we were training them to be, like you said, explosive and fast. Like they could run. If we had an 80-yard run that we'd rip, they'd run with us essentially.
Mhm.
And the amount of people that I saw that would either tear their ACL or tear their MCL or Achilles, like it was so
Yeah.
common that I think I would definitely back your statement because it makes
Because what
sense.
does a back squat do to help you with your kick step? Nothing. Like how
Yeah,
like when you're an O lineman, D lineman specifically, you have to like be able to be powerful while you're moving with someone else's weight. You're moving left and right. Doing a back squat that's
yeah,
just stationary up and down. You're never doing that in a game ever. You'd be
right.
better off pushing sleds or doing like jump squats with heavy barbells or doing like stuff like that versus just like I'm gonna squat up and down. Because then when someone bull rushes you,
Get your ass
like
thrown
I
back.
think balance is more important than anything. Like, can you balance weight more? Like you're gonna
Yeah,
be on one leg a lot, probably. Someone's gonna bull rush you and you're gonna have to like step back on one leg and then catch yourself on the other leg. Like people just out there squatting.
yeah. I think
Squatting's good if you want a nice ass. Like,
hey, we get you the ass.
but I don't know
Get you
about
America's ass, some say.
yeah. I don't know about
But
anything else.
I agree. I think that there should be a change back to like you're saying. Like I think people need to understand that like everyone's body is different too. Like you're not gonna look like
Mhm.
Derrick Henry. Like your body doesn't need to be Derrick Henry to be successful.
No.
Like Schmitty is what 170 on a good
Schmitty is
day.
they say he's 190. There's not a chance in the world that guy's 190. He is 175.
Yeah,
180 maybe.
and
Yeah.
he's doing what he's got to do. Like so, I
Doesn't
think it
get hurt. I don't think he's missed a game in his
no,
career.
and I think it really is that we're just the way we're training. It's kind of impressive, but we're getting too strong for our own body.
Yeah,
Like
I think it's
our
OD.
muscles are holding up, but like your the rest of your body's like I just can't.
You know who wasn't doing back squats and all that crazy stuff? Usain Bolt.
Okay,
Fastest man. And you ever hear of Carl Lewis?
yeah.
Yeah. He didn't lift weights.
Hmm.
And that guy long jumps 29 feet. So, you know, hey, I don't know. Maybe he might know something. Maybe he might
No,
know a thing or two. I'm not sure. I don't know
thing
shit,
or
I
two.
guess. I don't know.
Hey,
Just a stooge.
this is the Stooge take. We'll endorse it. We'll put the little stamp on it.
Yeah.
The
Come
Stooge
at me.
experience.
Okay. I bet you my kids in high school, put them up against your kids. Yeah. We'll see who wins.
Yeah, I think there's also a thing like
Put it
just for
that way.
quarterbacks. It is really overrated for quarterbacks to work out like lifting a ton. Like
Yeah.
I don't it's phenomenal if you can have like the physique of Cam Newton or something like that. And I'm not saying it didn't work for a while, but you did see after some time like it affects your throwing mechanics when you get too big. It does that like
Yeah. Especially all that upper body stuff.
yeah.
Like if you want to have your 600-pound Jalen Hurts squat to do your tush push, like all right, like whatever. But if you're just doing bench press, like I'm about to get yoked. and now you can't throw anymore, and you have like rotator cuff injuries. Like, what's the point?
Facts.
There's no point at all.
That's why I think it's impressive. Like you'll see most of the good quarterbacks in the NFL, like a Stafford, guy's not looking
Yeah,
that
no.
young.
Like
He just looks
Tom
like a regular
Brady,
Joe. Yeah, it looked like a regular
Aaron
Joe. Yeah,
Rodgers, like just
slingers.
normal
Yeah,
looking guys who can just let it rip.
yeah.
All you
All
need
right,
sometimes.
not enough of
But
that.
that's enough about
Um,
that.
we've gotten to almost a half hour in. Welcome to the Student Experience, everybody. Um, unfortunately, we don't have any college games that we can go. I mean, we could pick Army Navy, but I don't know about you. Support all the armed forces. I don't really want to, pick against the brethren. Then again, it just
Yeah,
took a
I
while.
mean, I don't know. Who cares?
Bill Belichick will be
Thank
there
you,
though.
troops.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your
Let's.
service.
I mean, we can go ahead and anything fun happened this week? Anything that you?
Not really. On the topic of football, I'm not. It's not confirmed yet, but I may or may not be the head coach of the junior girls powder puff team.
Okay.
That might be my life in like next year at some point. I
Oh,
don't
I
know when they do it, like
forgot. Yeah,
February or something.
yeah. That's actually like a. I forgot. That's an
It's
actual
juniors versus
sport now.
seniors. Yeah. Well, that's flag
Oh, it's
football.
just
That's
a
the
game.
CF. This
Okay,
is just like the powder puff,
got you,
like
got you.
fun
That's just
little
a game.
game. They're trying to find coaches, and I'm like, they were like, "Would you do it?" I'm like, honestly, I'd be down. Why not? It'd be fun. But I
That
told him
has to
like,
be.
hey, if we do this thing, we're
We're doing
fucking.
it.
I'm
We're
teaching you
fucking doing
cover
it.
six, trap coverages. We're
Oh,
sending corner blitzes. Like we
yeah.
got laminated wristbands. We're doing hand signals.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Just a
Turbo jet, turbo, and we got people in
buck,
like
buck, buck.
we have like four different like collared shirt guys on the sideline, like green, and then you look at his signals first, and the other guys are decoy signals. Imagine show up to a powder puff game, it'd be insane.
I
We
think it
got
would
we got hot routes into the blitz.
you
We're
know what?
showing everything. Four
Hey,
by
all I'm
sets,
saying,
2x2s, 3x1s.
if you need an offensive coordinator, you need some plays, let me know. I've
Should we
got
just
some
show up with a full, and they're
that's
just like
drawn up.
lighting people up, dropping 50 on the seniors because the seniors are like supposed to win because it's like fun.
Of
Like, now
course.
we're going in here for blood,
No,
and
you have everybody.
spitting on people.
Every girl shows up in all black because guess what, ladies? We're going to a funeral.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so that's
it would
awesome,
be
man. That
insane.
shit
Yeah,
rolls.
we'll see if it actually like they don't know if the game will happen. They're like, would you be able to like? I'm like, sure. Like I got nothing better to do.
Right?
Because
I
they
guess
need someone to help because they do it during their free period at school. So normally they would
you
have the football guys, like the players would do it, right?
do.
But they're trying to they don't have time after school to do it. So they're doing it during their free period. So they would have like the teacher, like one of the two of the guy teachers at the school do it. And I'm like, they don't know shit. So you might as well just let me do it.
Dude, that's just got to be fun. All right, that'll be something to keep on the radar.
Yeah, hey, I'll let you guys know. You guys can come out to the game. Support.
My
Support
contract's
squad.
full. All right, let's. Why don't we get into our picks? You want to start with
Yeah.
picks, and then we can go top 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we don't got any college games to pick on, so we just went with 6
Yeah.
NFL games because we make the show around here. Okay, so
That's what we do.
usually do 5, now we do 6. You don't like it? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Move on.
Yeah, deal with it. Take a walk. Take a hike. So we can start with that Browns Jaguars matchup. I see we're both leaning Jags. I
Yeah.
don't even think Footsteps Flacco is stepping on the field this next week, so I think it's a DTR.
Yeah.
And that's
Either
all I
way.
have to say. Yeah.
I don't even care. Yeah. Like
It's just
Jags in a bounce back spot here. I think the Browns are like potentially in we're dead mode.
yeah.
I want to look at their like upcoming schedule. Not
Well, I could definitely
horrible. I mean, they could beat the Bears, then it's Texans, Jets. Like they got a
they could
chance
start
still.
the year strong,
They're
but I could
7-5.
definitely do. Right now, they're very bummed out after going down to LA
Yeah.
and
So
getting their ass
yeah,
kicked.
this could be a loss for 3 straight. You go to 7-6, and then like there's a world where they just implode and they lose all of the rest of their games.
Do you see a world where they get to the point that they try to start shopping around Deshaun Watson?
I don't know what team would. pick up that contract. That's my thing.
Somehow I feel like the Bears would try.
You think?
Bears seem like a team that would. The Bears, the Jets.
That's just an
Uh,
insane contract though. Like, what is
oh,
it?
it's one
Is
of
it?
the toughest.
It's fully guaranteed, right?
It's fully guaranteed.
Like 240 mil, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's insanity
I mean,
for a
I
guy
guess
that barely even plays and doesn't
that's what
even
I'm
want to
saying.
play.
I guess it's possible next year that he just decides, his shoulder's better, so he just comes out slinging it. But I think the
Maybe.
best years of him are gone.
Yeah, I think
He
so.
left those in Houston. So
Yeah, I'd
yeah,
agree with that.
he finessed. Shout out to him. You catch a case literally, and you end up making more money from it, guaranteed. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and like people were talking about how great this defense is.
Yeah,
I'm kind of just looking at it. I think it's a little overrated.
yeah, it had a hot start.
I mean, yeah, they shut up like 3 points to the Bengals, cool. They held the Titans to three, cool.
Held the
Then
Ravens.
Ravens, no, because they lost
Oh, they
that
lost. My
game, so they
bad.
got 28 dropped on them.
28 dropped
I
on them.
guess they held the Niners to 17, got 38 dropped on them by the Colts, got 24 dropped on them. I mean, Cardinals, who cares?
Yeah.
31 dropped on them by the Ravens. Steelers, who cares? They suck anyway. And then 29 and 36. Like, it's not like they're putting up masterclass. I think it's kind of just like overshadowed by like Miles Garrett's a freak,
Hmm.
and like it's not as vaunted as I think people say. I mean, they just back-to-back games they given up 29 points and 36 points though.
Yeah, we kind of had that idea after they beat the Colts, and you're like, this guy had to literally go LeBron game 7 to beat the
Yeah,
Colts. Like, he had to jump over the line, block a field goal,
had to do
get a safety,
everything.
do that. Like, so much stuff to get a win by 1 point. Like, I think the Browns are like a mid team right now. I think it was fun to think, like, is this going to be a historic defense? To be fair, their top cornerback has been out for, I think, 2 weeks now. So maybe that helps. But I mean, nothing more I really got for them. I mean, even if the Jags trot out CJ Beathard because they want to give Travis another week,
Yeah,
or Trevor, like
I
it's
think they
I
will.
don't know.
I could see him starting like I don't know what this ankle thing like there could potentially be 2 games of Bethard. I just think the Jags I don't know. I just like Bethard more than I like probably
Anybody around.
DTR. Yeah. And I think the Jags defense is honestly pretty underrated.
I think so too. Josh Allen is because I remember everybody saying that the Josh Allen pick and then the who was a Quay Walker. They were saying that he was
Yeah.
just like a terrible pick. I'm like, they built a pretty good defense in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Josh Allen, that guy's a freak.
Don't leave him one on one is all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Don't do that. All right. We just go down to the Ravens Rams game.
Mhm.
I'm running with my boys. I
Yeah,
think
they're
it's a
hot.
big test for the boys right now going to Baltimore. It says Lamar Jackson is questionable, which on one hand is good for me with the Rams playing them. On the other hand, is bad for me because my fantasy team, I'd like to get one win, but at this
Yeah.
point, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Uh, are punting the next season. I'm honestly, I think the happiest I've been for fantasy football this year is getting to click and put Justin Jefferson in my starting lineup. Like
Yeah,
to
hell yeah.
this, I've been feeling good.
You get to see him back in action.
Yeah, we're just looking. It's like that quote from Justin Fields. You just learn to appreciate the small stuff. Sun came up today. Like
Mhm. No, yeah, for sure.
so. I mean, I think the Rams, if we can run the ball with Kyron and we can keep Stafford upright because we've had 2 games now where he hasn't gotten sacked once. We'll see. We have our rookie tackles playing really, really well.
Mhm.
He's going to be put to a pretty big test. So if we can make it out of there with a win against the Ravens, I'm
Yeah,
feeling really good about this team.
looking at it, I think if you guys beat the Ravens, you'll make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Because if you beat the Ravens, I feel like you could beat Commanders, Saints, Giants,
yeah.
and that puts you at you're 10-6 right there.
With one game against the
Yeah, when you go 10-7, you're gonna
Niners.
make it, even if you lose to the Niners. Now, what you can't have is a lose and then a fluke like shootout Commanders game that's you lose in overtime. Like you can't have that. Like you can lose this game,
Mhm.
but you don't want to like have it spiral into like you almost don't want it to be a game where like you heartbreakingly lose where you almost should have won, and then you're just like checked, and then you like have a weird ass game against the Commanders, and you're like, I'm
Yeah.
so checked, and like,
Season's done.
yeah, and then you look up and you're like, dang, we should have won 2 games, and now you're 6-8, and then you have to beat the Saints, Giants, Niners to go 9-8, and you're like, what just happened? We had a chance to be 8-6, and now we're 6-8. Like,
No,
yeah,
I
it's gonna
agree.
be interesting. This is a big game.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at that last game of the season, I will say this, and people can say it's wrong. I don't really care. The Rams do stack up really well against the Niners. Like,
Yeah,
if when Stafford is on against the Niners, we're pretty damn good. I mean, we beat them in the playoffs 2 out of 2, so
yep.
we know how to win against them. It's always tough in the regular season, but I don't know. I'm really interested. This team is catching fire really quick. Um, there's
Mhm,
dimensions for the offense I didn't know we had. It's a little questionable with Higbee having his hand injury. He hasn't really been a big part of our offense, though. I got to shout out the GM for our defense, man. I mean, he made some great picks this draft. Like, we got young studs everywhere right now.
mhm.
So,
I
shout
think
out
if
to the
Kyron can keep cooking for you guys, you got as good a chance
yeah.
as any. You gotta
And I
be
think
able to run the rock.
he can.
He's been
I'm
showing
just
it so
thinking
far. Yeah.
if this Browns offense was able to come back against the Ravens defense, like, I think we have a chance to keep with like
I think so.
so
The
we'll
the
see
Ravens are pretty like, you never know really what you're gonna get. Sometimes they look like the most godlike team of all time. Sometimes
if
they're
we
like, "Oh, okay, these guys can definitely be beat."
yeah. No, I agree. So it'll be exciting to watch.
Mhm.
I'm gonna leave that bottom game for after because I kind of consider that my game of the week.
Yep.
So we'll go 49ers Seahawks, a little NFC
Yeah.
matchup, NFC West. We're both riding the Niners. Seahawks lose a heartbreaker. Cowboys, I just don't think they're gonna have the muster to come through. I do think the 49ers are gonna have a letdown game here. I just think they're gonna be able to make it through.
Yeah, I think there's like a almost a double letdown game scenario. Like the Seahawks had the Cowboys. 3
Mm-hmm.
different 4th down chances, coulda won, and the Niners obviously played their, like, mini Super Bowl last,
Yep.
weekend. They're definitely gonna play worse.
Yeah.
Now, is their worse bad enough for the Seahawks to beat them? I don't think so.
I'm not
But I could
thinking.
see this being like a 20-17,
Yeah.
24-20, like that type of vibe where the Niners maybe can't quite get it going. Maybe Purdy throws a pick or 2, and it's just kind of uglier than
Yeah.
they expected. And
I
but
agree.
I honestly, at the end of the day, Gino will probably get sacked for the loss on a game-winning potential drive.
And Gino he'll toss a couple up to you as well. He's not
Yeah,
gonna.
he'll give you 1. He'll give you a minimum 1.
Oh,
He's good for 1.
all right. So it's been a good thing. It's very interesting because the Seahawks were looked at as like a lock for the playoffs, and then you just kind of look at their schedule, and they
Yeah, it's
had a really
tough.
easy schedule to start in the beginning of the year, but that ending schedule is pretty
Yeah, they
tough.
didn't capitalize on it for sure.
So now you look at the Colts Bengals. I'm gonna ride with Gardner Minshew and the Colts. They look pretty good. Pittman's coming into form. Downs is doing really well. Obviously, I'm kind of biased. I'd like to see old Moss get me a couple points, but
Yeah.
like I said, at this point, I could give a shit less. Um, I think the worst part about where I am in fantasy is I'm not even in a position where I can like talk shit with anyone because it's just like
You can if you
there's
win.
nothing. Yeah, but but
If
before
you
that, like
if you give somebody if you're like, if someone loses to you, then, like, you can let
oh
it rip.
I'll let it rip. But before that, like there's no banter with the
Yeah,
boys.
there
There's
yeah.
nothing, there's
It's
nothing
like,
to
there's
say.
just n yeah. Yeah.
It's just so disappointing.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think the Colts catch the Bengals. I think Browning's feeling good, but I think he comes back down to earth, and I think the Colts are better than people think.
Yeah, I think this is gonna
Gardner
be
backup.
I think this is, like, not obviously not game of the week because you got, like, Cowboys, Eagles, which is the big one. This is, like, low-key game of the week, like,
Mid game
low-key
of the
fun,
mhm,
like, wild card on the line kinda, like, can the
right.
Bengals run it up with their backup? I just think Browning has enough weapons to where he can just play a little bit maybe not play better than Minshew, but, like,
Mhm.
just throw it to Chase, man, and you'll probably be okay. And I
Yeah,
trust the Bengals defense a tad bit more than the Colts, even though the Colts
yeah,
have been playing pretty solid. I think
yeah.
this is
Even I
a
did for Leonard, which was odd.
Yeah, I just think they don't need it. Like they've been having whoever the other linebackers are have been balling. So like they're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I just think it comes down to like late game, and I think McPherson probably wins it. Home team, game-winning field goal, that type of vibe. That's what I'm getting from this. But
Okay.
I think this will be the closest game.
I like that. I
I
like an
think that
exciting game. I've enjoyed watching all the Colts games this year,
yeah,
though.
the Colts are a fun watch. They would have been
Yeah.
even like they would have been fun with Richardson too, but like Minshew's fun enough to where it gets me going.
And next year's gonna be even better with Richardson. He's
Yeah, it
gonna
should
be
be
pretty
it should be a
explosive.
fun team.
Okay, let's go down to the Chiefs Bills.
Yeah.
This was actually a tough pick for me because on one hand you have the Chiefs just came off a loss, on the other hand you have the Bills that just came off a bye.
Uh-huh.
But after seeing one that Von Miller got arrested and
Not
two
good.
that Sean McVay
9/11.
is
Yeah.
apologizing for 9/11 comments,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from that team as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just weird now. Like those 9/11 remarks were from 2019.
What I didn't even see his exact like
You didn't
tweet.
see it?
No, what did
Um,
he say? I saw all the
uh,
memes about it.
yeah, it was basically I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna pull it up because Anthony had
What,
tweeted it in our
yeah,
thing.
was it the thing that we saw that like these guys are
Yes.
really organized or something? There's no way
Yeah, that
that was
yes.
actual.
They said, okay, here it is. He told the entire team they needed to come together, but then sources on hand said he used a strange model, the terrorists on September 11th, 2001. He cited the hijackers as a group of people who were all able to get on the same page to orchestrate attacks to perfection. One by one, McDermott started asking specific players in the room questions. Quote, what tactics do you think they used to come together? A young player tried to methodically answer, and then, quote, what do you think their biggest obstacle was? A veteran answered, TSA, which mercifully lightened the mood. Like, what are we doing?
Get this guy out of here. I thought it was that they were bringing up that he had a tweet about 9/11 like back in like when
No,
he
he brought it
oh,
up in a team meeting of like how they were organized and like
bro, you're coaching a New York team.
it's insane.
It's
Yeah, so that's bad publicity. Yeah, I'm not even leaning that right. I'm just leaning the no way Chiefs lose two straight.
oh my god, why?
Like that's the road I'm going down.
I'm just trying to think as a head coach. Like, yeah, the season you're 6-6, but he's sitting there. He's like, what example could I use to motivate the boys? Roman Empire? Nah, I can't do that.
No, let's go 9/11.
I could show a clip from Gladiator. No, that's too easy. Show Rocky. No, we just lost to Philly. Can't do that. 9/11.
This is how we come
There we
together,
go.
boys.
Oh my
Yeah, I mean
god.
that aside, I'm going Chiefs.
That guy should
Just
have been student of the week.
yeah, facts.
Ah,
Huge of the year. Just because they're no way they lose two straight.
yeah, I'm
Like
thinking
this would
so.
be like the Bills is always a crazy matchup, but they kind of always just clutch up against them, especially since it's at home.
Yeah,
Um, and then I think they're kind of just licking their chops because they know if they get through this game, it's they play the Patriots, then the Raiders.
yeah,
Should be two freebies. Then you're sitting at 11-4, and you kind of see just how the one seed's going to shape up with a couple teams playing each other.
yeah.
Yeah, Mahomes
That is.
gets back to Mahomes level.
I can't believe.
It's crazy.
I
Like,
clicked on the tweet in our group chat and I saw a quote tweet of it. I didn't see the actual tweet.
it's insane. Like, how do you go there? Doesn't even make sense.
Oh my god.
Doesn't even make any
Oh
sense.
my
Like, why would you do that?
I don't even think a high school coach would do that. And they're like at
They
high
would,
school level,
yeah, like
dumb.
so stupid, so dumb.
Uh, we couldn't have used like the boys at the Battle of Midway or like beaches in
Yeah,
Mosul. We
something
couldn't
like,
do
yeah.
how about the special operations to go get Osama bin Laden? Like we
You coulda
couldn't have done
used
that.
you coulda used the like, the guys that, like, stormed the cockpit to take the plane down. You coulda used those guys, like, how they organized themselves to take the cockpit. You coulda at least done the one positive thing.
Wait, the terrorists that take the cockpit?
No, no, you know how the one of the planes got taken,
Right,
but
right, right.
then
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone else
the
got
people on the
okay.
plane stormed the cockpit so that it wouldn't crash because it was supposed to crash into the White House.
Mhm. Yeah.
and they stormed
Okay,
the
that's cool.
cockpit and they beat the shit out of the terrorists, and then they just all crashed in like a field somewhere. Like, you could have at
Uh,
least done that one of like, hey, they said we're not gonna allow these terrorists to do it, and then they came together and stormed the cockpit and put their lives on line. You didn't even do that. You didn't even do that, but you didn't even talk about like a firefighters maybe going in to come together to save as many people as they could. No, you talked about
why
the
don't
actual terrorists doing it and
why
how
don't
they
we
had to come together.
why don't we just steer clear from 9/11 for motivation? Like,
Yes,
maybe let's go somewhere else.
anywhere else.
Oh, I'm gonna be laughing about that later on tonight. Okay. And now the game of the week. Thank you again for bringing that was
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I needed to be informed.
Great stuff.
Cowboys Eagles at Jerry World. Mike McCarthy coming off an appendix surgery. Big
Yeah,
Mike.
we'll see.
I'm riding with the birds. I like this team. I think they needed to get a little kick in the mouth.
Uh huh.
They needed to be a little bummed out last week, so now they'll come into Dallas ready to go. And then I heard on uh, uh, New Heights that there was a guy who called into the Eagles as a police officer, telling them about how they need to take this rivalry serious and about how they need to understand how much, like, if you're from Philly, you hate Dallas and you want this to happen. And in the
Mhm.
middle of his just fiery speech, he goes, "Oh, hold on, I gotta pull somebody over," and he puts the phone down.
Oh yeah.
So after hearing that, I think the boys for the Eagles are ready to go. I'm interested to know if Swift is alive.
I think
Uh,
he's good. I think he is alive,
Okay,
which is nice. The injury report's looking pretty clear. Dallas Goddard will be back.
okay,
Fletcher Cox is playing. We'll
okay. You got
see
Big
what the
Rock.
linebacker situation is. I don't know if Leonard will be ready to go. I think he has to be because they released Ellis
Oh, okay.
because they brought Leonard up, so then Ellis cleared waivers and or didn't clear waivers because the Patriots signed him to their practice squad. The number 53 from last game for the Eagles is gone. Morrow's still there, the guy who was getting cooked all game, 41.
Well,
Because I think Cunningham's still. I'm gonna look and see. I was looking at the injury report. I'm always interested to see like who's good and who's not. Yeah, so the other linebacker is light practice with his hamstring, so he might play. Slay is good. They're just like resting him, and then everyone else is full practice. Goddard, Cox. I mean, everyone should be good to go. I'd like the Eagles in a bounce back. Tough game always against Cowboys. But I think there's things that they can take from what Seattle did.
mhm.
And I
You guys
think
can exploit them with AJ Brown, no
I
question.
I
And
think
he
that I think the Eagles can score. Now, can we stop anything? I don't know. Maybe just cover CD.
why don't if you guys are having trouble stopping people, why don't you blitz?
I don't know what they need to do, but they need to do something better than what
Anything.
they have.
Put
Um,
him in block, see if that works.
yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Like, just my thought on it is like the secondary can't get worse. Like, they have to improve. The problem is it wasn't even necessarily like the corners. Like, I was looking at a breakdown from the game, and it was like um 144 yards and 2 touchdowns was on one of the linebackers. Another linebacker was getting cooked. Then it was a safety. Like
Jeez.
Bradbury didn't give up a single pass, and Slay gave up one pass for 12 yards.
Corners held up.
So like it was just they were getting quick screen reversed. Like the linebackers were getting cooked, which is like sometimes I mean,
It'll
yeah,
happen
maybe
when
get them in better positions. Like yeah, I don't know. But this is always a dogfight. But I think the Eagles I don't know. I think there's a shift in like it used to be the Cowboys would kind of have the Eagles number a lot in the regular season. They never really matched up in the playoffs because the Cowboys would always lose. But I think the Eagles are starting with Jalen Hurts to turn the corner on this
it's rivalry.
rivalry a little bit. That's what I'm hoping. If you can go into Dallas and win this, this will really put the stamp on like probably winning the division, and this
Mhm.
will help so much for the 1 seed because the last 4 games are Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
Yeah,
So if
you
you can
win
go
those,
win-win, if you can go win against Cowboys, win against Seahawks,
looking
pretty
pretty
much
good for
1 seed
the
should be in the bag. I mean, shouldn't be losing to the Giants or Cardinals the way those guys are looking.
Hey, DeVito might get might
Yeah, maybe he might also might
we'll
get
see.
sacked 10 times.
Good. Well, he's got chicken cutlets after, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah, he'll live.
Good news is you'll get some good vibes too because you got a new jersey that just popped in. So
There we go.
AJ
Okay,
Brown jersey.
yeah, gonna have to get that before the game, and I'll probably wear it.
And again, for those who are brand new to the podcast, we had a bet early in the season, I think like early October when the Rams played the Eagles, that loser would buy the winner a jersey from their team.
Yep.
And as a man of my word, I bought the jersey and I sent a screenshot to Zach after I bought it.
Mhm.
And it was in transit for about a month and a half and then reported from the post office as returned back to sender. So I think what really happened was someone stole my shit and just said
Probably.
they
Yeah.
returned it. So
You got finessed.
yeah, shout out the Eagles fan store. They didn't ask any questions. They just said, you know what, sir, we'll send you a New Jersey, no issues. So shout out those boys, took care of me. Um, but I can pay off a bet just 2 months after. So
Yeah. Hey, as long as it gets paid off, it's all good.
I mean, it was some funny conversations. Like I know those don't sound right, but I think someone kind of saw the jersey and said,
And said, I would like an AJ Brown. Thank you.
I'm smashing that. So if you have something shipped through your post office and it says it's in transit for a month, just try to get a new one sent.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Get your refund.
All right. Well, we've got a nice little slate. We've got a couple of head to heads here. You got Ravens, I got Rams, I got Colts,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah, we'll
Bengals.
see. We'll got a couple let's see type of vibes.
Yep. All right. I think we can. It's time to go to the little
Go
top
top
10.
10. Yeah. I'll throw it up.
Okay.
Bang.
We're moving here. Hey, some new faces.
I know a couple new faces, couple AF hey, the AFC South getting some pub. 3 in the top 10.
It's good look.
It's definitely a good look for them. You get 2 from the NFC East. Who else you got? You got Niners alone,
Yeah. Well, I
Ravens
could have
alone, Dolphins
had.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lions
it's it's
trying.
looking it's looking pretty interesting. Honorable mentions. All of these teams were like borderline could maybe be 10. I think the Texans have kind of cemented themselves.
Yeah, it's
But
nine.
all borderline, but a few, not necessarily the Bengals, but Rams and Packers at least, along with the Colts, all like some big win streaks happening. Like Colts 4 straight, Packers 4 straight, Rams 3 straight, I think.
I think
If
so.
I'm correct on that, I'm pretty sure I am because I was looking at it earlier to try and like settle
Yeah.
some tie
Packers,
breaks.
and then no.
Yeah,
Well,
Colts 4
yeah.
straight,
Yeah.
Packers 3, Rams 3.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what kind of like I was in between all of them. You can give me your take on why you wanted to put the Rams at 10. I went with the Colts at 10 because they are on a 4-game win streak. I kind of gave them the nod. 7 and 5 on a 4-game win streak. All right. What are you gonna do? Not playing like shit.
Very true.
They have beaten shit teams, but like, you know, you
What
can
are
only
you gonna
beat
do?
who's in
Oh,
front of
yeah,
you. What do you?
yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You got to win. So
Yeah.
yeah, you want to talk more about why you think the Rams should be in top 10
Yeah.
as
I
an
can go.
obvious non-biased Rams fan.
No, no, no. Just a little sprinkle. I'm
Okay.
as non-biased as the college football playoff committee.
There
Okay.
you go. That's good enough for me.
Just let you. Um, I kind of thought that the Rams could get that 10 spot because I was kind of going through the schedule here and I saw that we beat the Browns and I kind of thought like everybody, oh, we should beat the Browns, whatever. But if you look back at it, the Rams put 36 points on the Browns, who are supposed to have a historical defense. The Niners, who are our number one team, lost to these guys. I think they put up 16, right?
17. I think it was
17.
17.
17 they put up? Okay.
Yeah.
So they threw
Okay.
up, yeah, they threw up 17. Um, I'm just looking at how this team is playing. I mean, you go up to Seattle, or you have Seattle in the house, you win by 1, which is a close game at home. Seattle's considered like a playoff team right now. Um, I just kind of thought, looking through the schedule, I was like, there's an argument to be made, and we did beat the Colts, so I
Yeah.
kind of thought like that kind of would give us a little nod up there. Um, I think if we beat the Ravens, there's no doubt we're in the top 10. But I just kind of thought,
Yes.
looking at that we put up 36 on like a historically great defense would give us
That's
the
fair.
nod over that. So that's my
I don't
argument.
mind it. I will say to like a counterpoint on that.
Yeah,
The
did lose
Colts
to the Packers.
also put up 38
True.
on the same defense. So they did, but you did beat the Colts. That was week 4.
Mhm.
Like, was that like
It was no
Richardson was still quarterback, I think.
Yeah, he had a monster game.
Yeah, so a little different teams. I don't
Yeah.
think they're too far off though. I'd say the Texans are kind of like a safe 9,
Mhm.
but 10 and then all these honorable mentions, you could kind of start making a case like Bengals. It's like they beat the Jags
Yeah,
even with Browning, so they probably have. I mean, and then the Packers is like they just beat the Chiefs and beat the
yeah.
Lions, like 2 really good wins. So like it's all kind of any one of
Jaguars
those teams can play their way into a comfortable 10 spot
yeah,
like after this week. Because I
right.
feel like unless the Jags stumble or the Dolphins, like I don't see any of these top 8 really like moving that much. Someone would have to really like start struggling. Maybe it could be the Jags. Like if they lose to the Browns,
Yeah,
they could drop and Texans maybe go up or Packers or Rams. We'll see. But yeah,
yeah,
they moved down after losing to the Bengals.
yeah.
They're gonna be without Trevor Lawrence for I'm gonna say I'm not a doctor. I'm saying 2 weeks. I think he misses 2 games.
I saw him walk in, and I was like, "Okay, Toradol is a real great drug, like, relax. We don't need
He's
you
definitely missing 1.
in all this." Yeah,
I
I saw the way his
don't
ankle got bent,
know.
you're not gonna be back this week.
Yeah, and then they play the Ravens. Like you'd want him back. We'll see. Um, it was practice. Yeah, like I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Definitely missing 1 though. So I mean, yeah. Dolphins kind of just keep beating shitty teams. Cowboys keep beating shitty teams. Like I feel like the Dolphins and the Cowboys are just the same vibe.
yeah.
One's AFC, one's NFC. Light up the scoreboard against teams that aren't good, but when you have to play a team with a winning record, you lose.
Yeah, that's why I'm super excited to see this Eagles-Cowboys matchup just because, like you said, whenever the Cowboys play a team that's over 500, they shit the bed, so,
Yeah.
um, the hype looks great when they stomp on teams that aren't good,
Yep.
um, but I wanna see them actually beat a playoff contender, like
Yeah, when people actually like block Micah Parsons a little bit, or at least attempt to, instead of like
yeah.
letting him run free on a 4th and 2, i.e. Seahawks. Like, what are we doing? Um, yeah.
Just
So we'll see.
stupid.
Cowboys have a chance to move up. They
Yeah,
have a chance to move up with a win over the Eagles. Chiefs with a shocking kind of loss
yeah.
against the Packers. They aren't looking great.
No, they look really old.
They look slow on offense specifically. Like the defense is still okay. Like they weren't going to play great forever.
I think this is
You
the
always
first.
have a game. Like so I'll give the let the defense off on this one because like they have been playing really well. Like
Yeah,
offense, like I don't know how Andy Reid and Mahomes have not figured this thing out. I get if your receivers aren't that good, but last year they weren't like crazy
yeah.
either. They just basically had all the same people and Juju. Not like Juju's like the one.
No, I agree. I'm trying to think if there was like a this is the first year where Kelsey's not getting any separation on his option routes.
He's
He's
old.
not getting much yak, and yeah, I think it's his age showing, and I think this is also why, like I said, I was very shocked a while ago when the Chiefs let go of Tyreek Hill, like just traded him. Like he was what
Yeah.
allowed Kelsey to get old silently because he would still take the top off the defense. It would be single
And
coverage
like
on Kelsey,
to
but
be fair to Kelsey, like he is still leading this team in receiving. Now that's not saying much
Mhm.
because they like the next best is Rasheed Rice and then it's Watson, Valdez, Scantling, like all them. But it just is looking like you know? It's looking bleh. That's like the best way I can describe it.
yeah,
Like
there's nothing.
Kadarius Toney barely over 100 yards receiving. Like what does he do?
He doesn't catch the ball. They have
He
put him as
doesn't
a
do
running back now.
anything.
I
Yeah, and
don't.
even then he has 9 carries for 15 yards.
I see Rasheed Rice has to get going for this team to be good again. Like
Yeah.
he has to be that receiver, that go-to guy. Didn't they get Pringle back? I thought Pringle was going to be back in the
They
rotation.
have
Where
Hardman. They got
okay.
Hardman back. But they
Why
have
didn't
like
they
they have
start him?
Sky Moore, like rookie from the year before, he's second year now. Like they thought he was gonna be good.
He's okay.
not really doing much, but that's why I thought that they were gonna try and get Devontae Adams at the trade deadline. I really thought that that was gonna happen when he was pissed off, and I think they should
Should
have
have pulled the
done it.
trigger.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah, you
think
put Devontae up.
I think the Chiefs are kinda taking advantage of how good Mahomes is. They're like, "Okay, he'll be able to figure it out."
Yeah.
Kinda almost how Brady was, like, he'll throw to Chris Hogan and just these random guys, and it'll all work out, and he have an older tight end, i.e. Gronkowski. But
Yeah,
now, like,
Gronk was like a matchup nightmare though, so that was a
yeah,
little different.
they're just trying. I think, like,
They're trotting out anybody.
yeah, that and which is why they can kinda, like, have this crazy defense and their O-line is great, but, if they can't catch the rock, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's very surprising though that like in the NFL you're having to say like if the receivers can't catch the ball, like this is your
That's what they
profession.
do. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, like,
You need to squeeze the rock.
is it so hard? Like, I don't know. I physically like, obviously, I didn't play in the NFL, but growing up, my dad filmed every single game that I played, flag football and tackle. I don't think I dropped a single pass in a game.
And you had a broken wrist on a couple games.
Yeah, like, it's not just catch it. It's your job. You get millions of dollars. Catch it.
Yeah,
I know it's coming fast and, like, there's the guys hitting you and, the whole thing, but, like, it hits you in the hands. You gotta catch it. That's the ultimate rule. Number one rule.
I don't think you can. I think you need to take a second on that. That sounded a little sus.
It's coming fast. The ball.
It's your hands about to catch it.
Yeah, you gotta be ready. The gloves
So
are
maybe you're
sticky
right, right.
enough. All right. You can catch.
Well, Chad Ochocinco said he gave a little something to his gloves.
Well, that guy's a freak.
Yeah,
That guy's a
taking half a
certified
Viagra before
menace.
the game, bro.
Yeah.
Could you just imagine, bro? You're in the locker room with him when he's experimenting, just takes a full Viagra, and you're like, "Hey, coach, we got a little something."
My coach, this guy's. I can't have a locker next to this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we'll see.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
Chiefs
need to figure it
struggling.
out.
Lions.
They're shaky.
Yeah,
Their
like,
defense is suspect now, which is really odd.
yeah, they're kind of bad. Like, if the Chiefs, they both
Even
now
that
lose. They
the
both
whole
lost to the Packers.
yeah,
They get a win over the Saints, which was nice for them. Like, I kind of let them off a little bit because they had won 4 of their last 5. But they're
they
just
almost choked that game away.
they did. And so, like, between them and the Chiefs, it's really tight. But I just like I'll put the edge on an offense more than a defense. Like, I still like the Lions' offense a lot. They can basically get theirs whenever, and the Chiefs' offense is just so bad. I'll just give the Lions the nod. Um, Ravens kind of vibe out at 3.
Yeah.
They were on the
Oh,
bye. And then new number 1, rightfully so.
yep.
Niners beat the piss out of the Eagles. Eagles drop 1. Um, I still have the Eagles ahead of the Ravens. 'Cause it just feels, I don't know, dropping a team below a bye week team, and then I couldn't still justify the Lions being ahead after losing
Yeah,
to the
no disagree.
Packers and so, like, Eagles feel kinda, like, safe at 2. But anything can change with the game against Cowboys, and yeah, Niners at 1. Um,
Ravens, if they beat the
they when they're rolling, they're rolling. I still think that they'll lose at the end of the day with Purdy when it matters
yeah,
most. I think that they'll struggle, but, like, they were good in the regular season last year. Like, they won 11 straight games, so
yeah.
this is definitely doable for this team. They got the highest paid players in freaking every position in the world. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
I
I
think
don't
it's I think it's important to preface because I've been seeing all over social media and all over ESPN about people talking about you're going to hate on Purdy because like okay, every quarterback has good players. All right, and people were critiquing him because he didn't have to make tough throws. When you tell me that someone is the MVP of the league, if I know that if I go into the playoffs and let's say he has one of his weapons that's a little banged up, do I think he can take care of my team? Like, can I win a game off his back? I don't think I can yet. Not to say he's not great. He
yeah.
fits that system. I think it's the same thing as like a Jimmy G going into that system. Like They're a
It
great
is
time.
Jimmy G. They made the Super Bowl with Jimmy G.
See? So
It's
I
the same
just
thing with a lot of the same players. I definitely think now people are gonna say like, well, sure, they'll put up numbers of like when Mahomes was MVP and this guy's MVP. You can throw up numbers all you want. That is fine. Me personally, I have always hated the MVP. It's just always a quarterback
yeah,
because it's the most valuable position on a team.
yeah.
I get that. I've always been a fan of like I was so locked in on when Devontae Smith won the Heisman as a receiver because it's like
That was awesome.
there should have been other times when like Ndamukong Suh should have won that year when he was at Nebraska. He was a freak. There should be
Yeah,
years when a quarterback doesn't win it where there's another guy who's like most valuable just like on the field to the team. So like I I always lead like me most valuable. I think the most valuable player on the Niners is
okay.
McCaffrey. I think McCaffrey to that offense, McCaffrey is
Offense, sure. Yeah.
like
Yeah, he makes it
I mean
go.
Bosa maybe used to be. I would say Fred Warner leads that team, but like Bosa is like kind of overshadowed now that they have Chase Young. It's like it's not really just the Bosa show. But McCaffrey, like he can catch, he can run, he just sets everything up. He's such a matchup nightmare that he is the most valuable piece to that puzzle for me at
100%.
least. But
No, I
MVP, if I had to pick an MVP of the league, I give it to Tyreek Hill. How are you more valuable than Tyreek Hill?
no, I agree.
Like that guy does things that no one else can. Like that offense is not the same without him.
Yeah,
I would put him
it's
ahead of Tua.
the argument is okay. If I throw out Tyreek Hill, I have a guy that I when I throw him out there, you physically can't play cover one against me. You can't play cover
Yeah,
zero. If I throw Brock Purdy out there, or I just throw two out there, does it make it to where you can't do a certain coverage? No. So I agree with you. I think it should
yeah.
be Tyreek Hill as the MVP for sure. Um,
Like
or
Miles
Christian
Garrett
McCaffrey.
should be up there.
Yeah,
Miles Garrett's a freak. Like I'm not saying so don't get me wrong. People are gonna
he's a
be like,
great
"Oh,
quarterback.
you're just like salty Eagles." No, Purdy is good. Like he can make throws.
Mhm.
The only thing about Purdy is when it's not there and
Yeah,
working, there is no other option. There are so many times where he's gonna stare down his receive like
he's number one.
Shanahan schemes it up for it to work for him. He tells him, "Hey, you throw here, here, here." There is no like, I'm kind of feeling this and I'm gonna throw it here. It doesn't happen. It's how is the play designed? You do it. Now, all like offenses are like that and are trying to be like that, but he won't do what make those crazy plays at a Mahomes or a Hurts or a Allen or a like
Yeah,
kind of roll out, throw across your body. Like Purdy
see,
doesn't. If you take that away, he doesn't have it. Now that doesn't mean he isn't good because that's also like Tom Brady wasn't that really either. So
no, I agree. I
yeah,
think the hard part for me for the argument of saying like he is the MVP is watching what he did in that Bengals game.
yeah.
That was
When
his number one is gone, and he has to make a play. He wasn't able to like
who was out? Debo and Trent,
Debo and Trent, but he still has
and
McCaffrey, still had
Debo and
Kittle.
Trent were out and they lost three straight and they only
You
scored
can't.
17 points.
That's where I kind
You
of
could say Trent Williams is the most valuable player on that team.
I was almost going to throw that out there actually,
Yeah,
but
maybe. But they had no
he's a
Trent, no
dog.
Debo, and you only score 17 points in 3 straight games, you lose 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, you still have Ayuk and you still have Kittle and you still have McCaffrey. Like
Yeah,
you've got weapons. I
yeah.
don't know.
Like, when they are
I'm
at full strength, rolling downhill, they are tough to stop. There is a way to beat them, though, even with that. The Eagles had a chance. If you go up 14-0,
They play
you
different.
gotta you can pin your ears back, you're forcing them to throw. They can't set the run up to then play action,
Hmm.
and you have a much better chance. You could sack Purdy. Their O-line is gettable, but, you kick 2 field goals, and then the Niners have a nice long drive and you look up and you're down 7-6, you're like, "Wait a second, we've been playing so well and we're losing." And then you're just kinda chalked.
Yeah. No, I don't know. We'll see how the Niners finish up the season.
Mhm.
Um, that's why, like, even looking down the road, obviously, this is if the Rams can stay healthy. I'm not saying if we're not healthy, but like, if we stay healthy, I like our chances against the 49ers because I think we can do that.
Yeah.
If our offensive pieces are the way that they are, Puka stays healthy. Cup stays healthy, and you have Kyron, um, I really think we could give these guys a run for the money. But that'd be exciting to see the rivalry game. But I've
Back.
talked enough on that. Yes, this is a good rounded top 10. I like that we have a good debate for four solid teams to be in at 10. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool this late in the season. Um, yeah, I mean, should we go to everyone's favorite segment?
Are we going Stooge?
Fan favorite? Oh, you know it.
And there's only one.
It's only well, it's a group of stooges on this one, but
Yeah, it's
I
big dumb dipshits.
without further ado, Stooge of the Week is definitely the College Football Playoff Committee.
Yeah.
These bunch of doofuses, as you can see in the picture right behind there. And then the ringleader of the doofuses is Boo Corrigan. For all of you that
Yep.
don't know, he is a athletic director for North Carolina State, NC State.
He's a piece of
Uh,
shit. I don't know. That's all I know
yeah,
him as.
yeah. We decided to give them. First of all, they got a "you're fired" from Trump, so that's it's always good. That's what you want to hear. And then we gave them a placard with best because they know what's best.
Yep.
Pick the best teams. And they don't give a damn about your record. We were arguing if we're talking best, why didn't we throw the Arizona Wildcats in there? Because
There you go. And if you were talking best, then you should have just put Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia,
yeah,
Alabama, because those are the teams that would be favored.
yeah,
Like
I agree.
this is my one thing that I'm gonna say. I'm scrolling through the current list of people.
Yeah,
The College Football Playoff Selection Committee. So Chris Alt, he was a head football coach. Fair enough.
yeah, yeah.
This guy, Mitch Barnhart, um, like chair of the oversight committee for basketball and baseball. Like nothing, zero things to do with football. Boo Corrigan is whoever, piece of shit. Chet. Let's see, Chet. What does Chet do? Nothing.
Good job, Chet.
Like
Got a baby.
he director of athletics.
Okay.
What anything about football here? No, like NCAA Leadership Council. Jim Grobe. What did you do, Jim? Okay, head football coach somewhere. Okay, good for you. At Wake Forest for 12 years.
Good job, Jim.
Okay,
Got
Mark
it.
Harlan. What'd you do? Utah's won 4 national championships in skiing. Who
What,
gives a shit?
what the hell are
With
you?
Mark at the helm. I don't care.
Oh,
Ward
Mark.
Manuel. Let's see. Um, he's just an AD. AD for Yukon and Buffalo. Just a random AD. Nothing about football. Didn't play football. Doesn't do football. David Saylor. AD at Miami. Um, worked 3 years in the private sector.
What does that?
Okay,
What does that
great.
even
Will
mean?
Shields. Okay, this is a young-looking guy. Okay, All-American O lineman.
Okay.
Okay,
Make it
third round NFL draft. Okay. Okay, normal person. Gene Taylor. AD. AD. That's it for Iowa. Oh, jeez. AD for North Dakota State. Cool. So not a football coach.
Yep.
Great. Joe Taylor. Okay, actual football coach for HBCUs. Cool. Has a winning record. Rod West. There's 2 more. Just bear with me.
You're good.
Responsible for the operational and financial performance of Entergy's 5 operating companies. Entergy is a Fortune 500 integrated energy company.
Like,
Like, what are we
what
doing?
are you
Okay,
doing, committee?
he lettered for 3 years as a linebacker and tight end at Notre Dame. Okay, who cares?
Cool.
This guy's working for Entergy New Orleans. And then last one, Kelly Whiteside. Jeez, this will
That's
be
rubbish.
good. Football writer. Football Writers Association. Okay, so didn't coach or play. Perfect. So how many people coached or played? Like 3 of them?
3 or 4, I'll give.
And the
4.
picture you had was the previous one. Condoleezza Rice was on there.
That's who I thought that was.
Like she does what are these people? That's what like Mike Leach said. What like we're putting people on a committee that don't play, that don't coach, like and they're telling us who the best teams are.
I tell you what, man, is there a place that we can apply because we need to join this committee? Like, we at least know something about football.
Like at least the BCS gave you just like, all right, here's the data.
Mhm.
Here's the facts. Like this is what we did strength of whatever and here's all the computers, put them all together and there you go. We just have 13 people that just say, "Yeah, they're better." Because because of what? Like, I don't know. Got to
Yeah.
go. I mean, it's not going to go. They're just going to make it 12 teams, but I just don't know how. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I wanna join the committee. I'm honestly gonna look into this and be like, throw my resume, like, "What do you know?" Like, I probably watch more college football than you fuckers have. Like,
Just a bunch of old whites, man. Just
yeah,
vibing out.
I'm a young white, like, let me let me start young. I don't
These guys just want to get like flown out to the little resort so they can like have their weekends together and then they can pick this team and this team. Like who gives a shit who's 22? Like sneak an SEC team in there at 24 just so Georgia can get a ranked win on their schedule. Like these guys are supposed to know. My thing is like if you were ranking it best teams, then Georgia should be ahead of Florida State. If you think Bama's ahead of Florida, like what
that's
criteria are you selecting? And then people
yeah,
that are pulling up the criteria of you know how it said like these are the
mhm,
things we're weighting: conference championships, this, and then the one at the bottom it's like
player availability.
if there's player availability. Like
That's
I
a
know
new
that those are
they threw in.
but I know those are bullet points, but like how are they weighted?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
are
is
you
it 1
weighting them equally?
or
Like or is it just I feel like it's all I feel
mhm,
like no Jordan Travis outweighs like the number 1 criteria was conference championship. Like it's right there. So does that not cut like but I feel like the no Jordan Travis outweighs the conference championship. Then there's no there's no set criteria. It's just what you feel in the moment trumps
mhm.
another thing. Dumb, stupid way of making playoffs.
Yeah, the committee literally just showed that all they care about is recency bias. So you could have a loss early in the season, and if you win your championship, well, if you're from the SEC, let me put it to you
Yeah.
that way. If you're from the SEC and you have a loss early in the season, you win your conference championship, they don't give a shit. Oh,
Yeah.
you won the conference championship, you're in. Like,
Yeah, and
I'm
if
not
they
saying
wanted they didn't even
that
get it. They got 2 things wrong.
I'm not saying that Bama isn't one of the 4 best teams. I'm not saying that, but like you said, by the criteria for selecting teams, Bama had to be left out.
Yes. And what does best mean? Like if you're saying best, like if they are like, "Oh, well, the team would be favored." It's like Oregon was favored by 9.5 against Washington. They lost again.
Because they played the game.
So
So
because
now
the
we know who won.
game happened.
Yep.
Because we watched the game take place. Remember, I think it's turning into like video game
Yeah, it's
thing.
like a
Like
simulation.
yeah, it's like okay, maybe they are the best. Like there's still people that would say Georgia's better than Alabama.
Yeah.
But they lost the game.
So
It's
Bama
so
gets like
Bama is better
yeah.
right now. Maybe if you played the game 100 times, Georgia would win 75, but that's
But
not
if
what
we
we're
only play it
doing.
once.
We play
Right.
one game
Yep.
and Bama
No.
beats Georgia, Texas beat Bama. Texas has the trump card over it. Like you win, winning game, winning the games matter. So you guys are stooges. This
Yeah.
whole committee thing is bad. You've kind of just skirted around like problems. They've always taken the easy way out, and this
Yep.
year they didn't have a chance. They had to make a whatever decision they were going to make was going to piss somebody off because all the SEC people would be pissed if you didn't put them in.
They
Now
don't
all
give a
the like
nothing but to tat.
yeah, now all the Florida State people are pissed. Like you were gonna they were praying for Louisville. They were like,
Yeah.
please God, Louisville, just make it easy for us, and they didn't. And I'm glad they didn't because now we can just yell at you guys for a while, which is
I
great.
absolutely love because I don't know about you. I've been called like a conspiracy theory for the past couple of years. Well, overall dipshit and an asshole, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah.
Um, because I was saying this entire thing, I'm like, this committee is completely biased towards the SEC. They can't have a college football playoffs without an SEC team. There is not a world, I'm letting you know right now, there was not a world where, let's say, I don't know how this would happen, but let's say Oregon had their one loss was just to Washington in the conference championship. Like that was it.
Mhm.
There is not a world where there was going to be two Pac-12 teams in that conference championship in the playoffs. I knew that going in.
Yeah.
So now to see everybody at ESPN and Fox, like, wait a minute. So you're telling me there's like a bias to the SEC? Like, no shit.
Yeah. And I
It's
and I get like I get it because the SEC does really well in the playoff. But that's the other like you're not supposed to take the other year's results
yeah,
as this year.
yeah,
Like you look at it objectively from this year. That's why I was so mad at like earlier, like before the championship games happened. They're like, well, like if Bama beats the 27 straight win Georgia, I'm like, it's not the 27 straight win Georgia. It's 12-0 Georgia, who's
yep.
okay, who's good, but
Yeah.
they
They're
haven't
good
really
enough to win
played
that.
anybody. Like we don't know how really good they are. This
Yeah.
isn't the 27. That's two different things. You're just like giving Bama an extra meal ticket when they don't need it. Like it's like sure they're going to beat a 12-0 team, but they're not defeating the 27-0 team.
Yeah.
Like
The
that's a
only way that would
different
happen
team.
is if you had like Stetson Bennett still as the quarterback. Then you could say it's a 27
Maybe,
and 0 because
maybe,
you're
but
like,
I
okay,
wouldn't even like it's
same
like
makeup.
it's different that you look at
Completely
this
different
year.
players.
Like who have you played
All right.
this year? Not, oh, we beat the shit out of TCU. That's why we can't have like a weak school in there. TCU beat Michigan. You going to
Yeah.
leave Michigan out this year? You're going to look back and say, well, but remember that game against TCU? They
Get him
don't
out.
deserve it. Get them out.
Get him
No. Are
out.
you going to look
Iowa
back to 8 years ago when Jake Browning's Washington got skunked by Bama? You're like, you know what? We're
can't
not going
do
to
it.
put this Washington. You didn't do it for any of those. But why are we giving Bama this like, well, they beat the two-time national champions. They beat Georgia, whose past 2 years they happened to win the championship. But this
Yeah.
team didn't win shit. There's some players on the team that won shit, but the current
Yeah.
iteration of the team has not won a thing besides 12 games.
No, I agree with you.
8 of them at home.
How the hell does that happen? I just love the fact that this committee just got absolutely laid out. Like you're a bunch of stooges. Like I said, I'm gonna try to apply and see what happens. At this point, like what criteria do I have to have?
Yeah. You can be
Everybody's
anybody.
getting on that randomly. So
Can be anyone. And this guy, like, whenever they ask him a question on these shows, he's like, "Well,"
trust me.
they're like, "Hey, what?" Like, they'll ask him a direct question, like, "Are you looking at conference championships? Are you looking at player availability more? Which one are you weighing more?" And he'll be like, "Well, we're looking at everything in totality, bro. Like, you're obviously not. You're just doing PR bullshit answer, and we all know it. Like, we all know that you're just scamming right now."
Oh
Like,
yeah.
put your big boy pants on and say, "You know what? Yep, we trumped Florida State because Jordan Travis isn't playing, and we want a better game, and we
I
think Bama's better." And I'd be like, "All right, I think you're a piece of shit,
but I
but
respect
at
the
least you said it. Like, now you're just trying to, like, duck and dodge and, like, and try
yeah.
not to look like the bad guy."
No,
Idiots. Pieces of
this
shit.
committee, bro. Boo, you need to figure some shit out. I don't care even if they have 12 teams next year, like it's gonna be the same bullshit. I guarantee
Someone will
you
get
next year
left out.
there's gonna be 3 or 4 SEC teams in it next year. I
Oh,
can
yeah,
mark
like, they'd put, like, an Oklahoma team in when it's like, "Dang, you're not gonna put Arizona that's been slaughtering people?" Like,
yeah,
that will happen for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's whatever. All right.
Alright,
So I gotta
before we go to Twitter, I'm gonna pull up
shut up.
the Call of Duty, the
Oh,
schedule for
perfect.
the weekend, and we can just look at it,
Absolutely, absolutely.
just analyze, and then we can go to Stooge of the Week, or not Stooge of the Week, Twitter.
Oh,
Um,
a couple stooges.
yeah, so opening weekend Call of Duty, um, I I haven't watched, like, too much scrim like, I'm kinda just looking forward to just, like, vibing out and watching and just seeing how maps play. I haven't really, like, done a deep dive into everything,
No more
so
scrims.
I don't even know, like, I'm not even gonna give, like, any predictions. I just know FaZe is probably final. I've heard they're final. I've heard Seattle is better than expected. I've heard Toronto is really good. Other than that, I know LAG is dog shit. That's what I've heard. Um,
No surprise.
most people are picking Optic to beat NY. This is the
Yeah,
Poop
New York
Bowl right
usually.
here at noon. Miami versus Carolina. Vegas versus Carolina. Poop Bowl number 2.
Or Carolina. They can't get any good
But
teams.
yeah, should be a fun weekend. Thieves versus Atlanta should be fun. Thieves versus Seattle could be a vibe.
Optic Texas versus Minnesota is always a tough game.
Yeah, so like we'll see. I just
Is
wanted to
Attach
pull it
back on
up.
that roster?
No, I think it attaches on Vegas.
Okay, yeah. So he
Or
did
no,
bring.
is he on Carolina with? No, he's not on Carolina.
Where the hell is he?
I think he's on Vegas. Um, I'm
I don't
gonna
know why they got rid of him. Like he was the best player on Minnesota by far.
let me find. I can. There's another tweet that has all the
Rosters.
rosters. Because I am also confused on some, like who the
I don't
hell
know
is
who.
on all these teams?
Where's my boy Tej? That's my question. Is he in Challengers?
Tejas and Challengers.
Oh, Tej.
All right, here are the rosters. So
Okay.
normal phase, Sibs on New York now.
Yep.
Rocker is Accuracy, Lynn's Awakening Vivid. Ravens is GodRx, Clayster, Gwyn, Real. Breach should be pretty good with Slasher.
Hmm.
Snoopy should be good. Thieves is Afro, Cammy, Ghosty, Joe, Deceives.
Should be good in
Optic
S&D.
is good squad. LAG, I mean, just assault on a team is just gross. Estriel is pretty good, but he'll probably just like,
Shit the bed.
yeah, it's gonna look like Snoopy on last year's Breach team. Just
Yeah.
like probably pretty cracked, but got a bunch of
Just
shitters around him.
yeah.
I heard Surge is pretty good. Like people are saying Hook is top 3 sub in this game.
Oh,
So it could be final Hook, and they're good at S&D.
the Pope is back. Is that what you're saying?
The
Like
Pope
he's
is back,
back.
back in blood.
Oh, excited
Yeah.
for that.
And then Abuza's good. He was like the best challengers kid last
Yeah, I
year.
knew
So
that. Okay.
Ultra pretty much same team, just Envoy. Heretics could be fun. Like a lot of these like Spanish guys haven't played. Like Journey, Lucky, and Metals were
Metals was in.
um they all played on the Heretics in BO4
Okay.
that was in the league, that was in the Call of Duty World League, and were pretty good. And then yeah, shitty Legion. I mean, might not be horrible. Like Nero and Standy, maybe could work.
Who's the fourth?
Furge, Fur- Purge,
Purge.
Purge, Purj. I don't know. Good luck
Uh,
to you.
so I just want to make sure Minnesota kept accuracy over attach.
No, he was on. No, Accuracy was on Seattle. Remember, with
Oh,
Mac
you're
and
right.
Sib,
I'm
and
thinking
he
backwards.
was on
Yeah,
Minnesota in Cold War.
that's what. Okay.
And then now is
Right,
on
right.
Rocker, and then Rocker had Attach, and now
Yeah.
Attach is on Legion. It's a bunch of. It's just.
I just don't know why you would get rid of attach. Like he was your best player by far.
I
No
think they
question.
just wanted a new vibe, maybe, and
Okay.
they said, I don't know how Accuracy keeps getting away with this.
You've said it every single year, and
I
you're not
I don't. It was the same thing I was saying with Teach, and now Teach finally didn't make the cut. But the fact that Accuracy still makes the cut is just insane to me. There's no way that this guy can keep getting away with like getting these. Like Lynn's cracked, Awakening just gets kills, Vivid just runs at people. Like he just gets this little crack squad of like guys that love shooting their gun and just like sends them out as like his little minions.
wrong.
It's some
He's like the
bullshit.
referee and just sits. Is it true that Scump is still the fifth for Optic? He's like the bench player.
I don't think so. I think it's Karma technically.
Oh shit!
I
You
think
get
it's
3 time popping in.
I think 3 time is in if anyone gets sick or something. I don't think it's yeah,
Dude, could you imagine 3 time pops in and just drops a 50 bomb?
that'd be insane. So yeah,
Just
we'll be posted. We'll watch this weekend and we'll give you guys a little recap of who looked shit, who looked good. There'll be
yep.
probably something trolly that happens, like
Scrapple
some
talk some shit.
some yeah, some glitch that'll like someone will lose because of a random glitch. Yeah, it'll be bad.
Yeah,
So
be
yeah,
fun to
there you
watch.
go. All right,
All right,
enough of that.
perfect. get into Twitter, and then I also had a little surprise. We could do a tier list, and I was gonna do. I'll give you
Whoa.
the choice. We could do a Call of Duty tier list, like we could go like what best weapons or something, or best Call of Duty titles, or we could go like best breakfast cereal. Give you the
Oh.
choice. See, we got some.
Maybe we should do COD because it's like
I'm with it.
because
Okay,
because we're in the Call of Duty league starting tomorrow. Maybe we should do COD.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm with it.
Okay. Well, let's see
I
what
mean, this
Twitter has to
one,
offer first.
this one was just too perfect. Like CJ Beathard and Jake Browning again being
Basically,
all right for a couple goofballs. I did
basically.
not leave that game bummed out. I'll tell you
No, I
that.
mean it was actually a really fun game.
Yeah, I enjoy. I mean, it was cool to see an old Pac-12 name who was really good,
Yeah.
like
Facts.
slinging that rock, especially when he has Jamar Chase. Because I thought about it, I was like, okay, he did really good when he had Ross.
Yeah.
Jamar is better than Ross. He's fast like him, but he can catch. He can do it. Like, give him that guy. And so,
Yeah.
what happened to Ross? Where did he go? Just
Um,
took his money
he
and left.
trains. I actually know where he trains. He's at
Oh, yeah, shit.
he trains at Servite in a group that that Brick by Brick trains in.
So is he still playing football or is he just running?
He's not on a team. He's just like working out still, trying to get like any chance he gets.
I
Yeah,
feel like I could see a team picking him up for a playoff push because he could take the top off the defense.
maybe.
He's like a Deshaun Jackson. Not as good, but like just go that
Yeah,
route.
yeah. So he's just like working out, staying in shape.
Maybe a
Yeah,
team has him
that's
on their
all I
team.
know. That's all I know.
This might be the future of the NFL because of all of these quarterback injuries.
Jeez.
Motion here. Kirk Cousins drop back his ass. But that shit rips on.
Pub.
Stop.
That's a dot right there. That's a
Why are they
dot.
all dressed? Oh, we got a false start. Why are they all dressed in Cowboys?
Yeah.
Like, what is? And
Do
then
they really? Do they really need a helmet?
never know. He's coming in hot. He might need a helmet. Look at this.
Do they really need one though?
Look
Is
at
a
this
helmet
guy.
necessary?
Look at right there. If he had his head down a second ago, he had it down.
Yeah.
If he comes at you right here, I mean, we might need the helmets.
Yeah, that guy's just gonna go and spear you.
Look at this guy. He's just walking slower than them. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Get 2 legs, you're walking slower. Figure it out. All right. This one was pretty funny. I had to confirm that this was real. Nick Saban's phone number got leaked, and he's getting plenty of vulgar phone calls from
Of
fans
course he
upset
is.
that the Crimson Tide are in the playoffs.
Like, what is it? Like, what are you yelling at him for?
That's what he said. The Pat McAfee showed it. He said, "People got my phone number. They're mad at me, telling me that they're mad I got picked. What do you want me to do? Huh? Like,
Yeah, there's
well, I
nothing he
didn't.
can do about it. Get someone leak Boo Corrigan's
Blue
number,
Corgi. Yep.
and
Yep.
you can let him hear about it. Or frickin', I don't think Condoleezza Rice is still on the thing, but you could light her up too, just by proxy. I don't mind.
I saw a video on Instagram of this dude talking. I mean, he was on speakerphone, so maybe it was a joke, but he said he called the college football playoff office
Hmm.
and was actually talking to him about what his picks should be, like what they should pick. And apparently they're like, "Oh, we'll consider that." So like, if I find that phone number,
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
don't
light
fix
them
next
up.
year. Every week, hey, this is what's going down. Okay,
Oh yeah,
you don't know shit. We do. We're the Stooge experience. Okay.
you just submit. We'll submit ours, and then you guys don't think. Just put ours directly
Oh,
out, and you guys can act like it's your own. That's fine.
yeah. We don't care. All we ask for is we get a trip to SeaWorld before the final college football reveal, and
Facts.
we get to meet. Well, no, we can't meet
Shamu?
Lolita anymore.
Oh yeah,
Can't meet.
Shamu's dead too.
Oh, Shamu's dead too.
Yeah, Shamu's been dead for a while.
Which one though? There's like 10.
Yeah, well, it's dead.
Was it Shamu the fifth? Was the first one that started eating trainers? He's
I
tired
think
of getting
I
ice.
don't know. I think they all kind of ate a trainer here or there whenever they
Who
felt like it.
who was the big dumb dipshit that said, "Yeah, like I get it. You want to supplement from because fish are expensive. Let's give her Jello. Okay,
Yeah,
Jello's fine. Let's just start giving her chunks of ice.
yeah.
Think she's gonna figure it out after a while." So, all right. College football playoff committee. Think about it. If you find Condoleezza's number, blow it up.
Tell her she's an idiot.
She's a goddamn moron. Um, I mean, this is just we bring you what I've liked to term it as is big people doing small people activities, or fat people
Oh,
doing
here we
skinny
go.
people
This will
activities.
be
We got to
good.
make a graphic for it, and
Yeah.
put it up. We'll get better with the production, but this
Oh,
is
this
just
this will be good.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Who's stopping this? Oh shit! Oh fuck! Who's stopping this?
I'll tell you who.
Damn.
Oh
I
shit!
need to stop it. Just right
Oh fuck! Who's stopping this?
I mean, that'll do it right there.
or DSW. I mean, they
Facts.
didn't.
That's good
It
pub
just,
though. That's good pub for them.
I mean, just absolutely. That bottom one's done.
Just smack the shit out of them.
Just-
Smack the shit out of them.
I just love hearing the impact. Just
Stopping this.
it doesn't budge.
Just hit hard.
You can either hit the marquee or get hit by Ray Lewis. You pick.
Facts.
That's just again fat people doing skinny people activity. This guy is an absolute.
Don't do
freak.
it.
This dude. Okay. Nurse. He set off a fire alarm to see his colleague's breast bounce as she ran down the
I
corridor.
mean, how
Is
down bad
facing
are you?
end of his career.
How down bad can you possibly be?
I thought this was a joke, and I saw it on multiple news sites. It's real.
Is it really?
Look at this guy's face, and you tell me this is the type of guy I could see doing that. Like you could tell me who, like if you picked up a card, like who do you think or whatever. I don't even know what game.
Yeah, he would be definitely on my radar for a potential candidate for sure.
Yeah. And apparently, it got worse. Apparently, he was like, he'd drop his pen to see her bend over, and he'd try to grind
He's
up
just doing
on
the
it.
most.
It just look. I understand like confidence is hot, but like not when it's been denied
Like,
7
come
or
on,
8
dude.
times. Like, figure it out.
You don't want to let go of prison, man. You know?
Yeah.
Then you can't see her ever again.
No. And you don't see
Yeah,
breast bouncing, it's
yeah.
just somebody's ass, and it's not what you like. Or maybe you do, I don't know. This kid, you do your church deals, parents tell you to go up to the front of the stage and sing your songs and do bullshit and all that. You probably did that as a kid too, right? You go
Yep.
up to the front and we drink it.
Yep.
Yeah, this kid said, "I'm not having any of it." You think it's cute? I guess what? Huh? How much you think?
He's been waiting. This one's
He's
been
getting
in the
from
back
Philly.
pocket for a while now.
He's gotta be from Philly.
This one's been in the back pocket for a while. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna fake it, and then you guys send me up here, and you think I'm not gonna do this?
Guess what, Linda?
Yeah.
How about this? Let me take a video of this, huh?
Stop!
Damn it, Jace.
That's
That's
good
just
stuff.
This is just another episode of
2,
just
3, go.
bullshittery. I don't even know.
Oh, I think I did
What do you
see
think's
this
gonna
one. This
happen
one was
here? Oh, you saw it?
I saw this one.
Okay.
This big dumb dipshit.
If
First of all,
you
what
were
are
to
they even
tell
doing? Like,
I don't know.
I don't even know how this is physically possible for him to do this.
I think because at first I thought they were trying to like maybe put like a another slat here and then like in between maybe.
Hmm.
But why the hell are we like? If you were to tell me, okay, you show me this part of the video and you say, okay, someone's getting hurt here. How is it happening? I'm thinking someone's going through the fence. I'm thinking, somebody's
Or they're gonna hit
maybe
it and
hitting
it's
their
gonna
hand
fall
on the
over.
hand. Yeah, like something like that. I would never have
Exciting.
guessed.
1, 2, 3, go.
You're just a fucking dipshit. Like,
You're just an idiot.
how the hell?
I don't know how it's possible, but it is. He found a way.
It's exciting.
He is swinging at like a golf club, so maybe that should have been my first indicator.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. The guy doesn't know what he's doing.
These look like the two kids, Ricky Bobby's kids from Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna punch you right now. I'm gonna hot up on Mountain Dew.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
And this is the I think it's what was it? It's
It's
Walker, Texas
Walker and
Ranger.
Texas Ranger.
Walker in Texas Ranger. So this is Walker. Walker, I may be 10 years old, but I'll beat your ass.
I'll beat your ass.
And then Texas Ranger. I said, you have a lumpy butt. She got mad at me, and I pissed my pants.
1,
Just
2,
fucking
3, go.
dipshit. Ready? Uh-huh. Oh, shit, oh, shit.
It's impressive, honestly, how he managed to do that. I won't
You've
lie.
reached a new level of dipshittery, son.
Yeah, like, come on, lock it in. Lock it in, dude.
This is unreal. Okay. Did you read this story about the Jaguars guy who was a piece of shit?
No.
Okay.
No.
And it's not Urban Meyer, just so you know. They did clear that up. It's not Urban Meyer. A former Jaguars employee, Amit Patel, is he allegedly stole over $22 million from the team over the past 5 years by exploiting the organization's virtual credit card program.
Damn.
He used the stolen money to buy 2 cars, a condominium, and a designer watch worth over $95,000. Some of that money was also reportedly used to purchase cryptocurrency and place bets with online gambling sites.
Sure.
I mean, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, what are you doing, dude?
And it just happens to help that the picture they pick is him with a Florida State champions.
Yeah.
So, come on, man. Like,
Be better.
22 million. Okay. Who's the CFO that didn't see $22 million, John?
Yeah, facts.
CFO's probably stealing like 50 mil at this point. Just didn't care. All right. Patel, go to hell. Okay. This prank is, I don't even know how to preface.
Ai, viado, que é isso? Ai, que nojo! Ai, desculpa. Ai, desculpa. Caralho, seu você... Olha isso! Olha isso! Ai, meu Deus! Ai! Ai, desculpa. Que nojo, sai daqui! Sai! Ai, que grossa! Elevador capiroto! Que nojo!
What language is this guy speaking?
He is so scared.
Viado, que é isso?
What are we doing?
I love this second part when he turns the second thumb and it is like, please don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then
Get me out.
he turns around and what is that though?
I
Like,
don't know
what
what.
did you sport?
I don't know. It's a great question. It's elaborate. It's an elaborate prank. I will say that. It's as elaborate as it gets.
Like, this man seems like he's fearing for his life. Like, oh shit, that's pretty good. I don't know what that prank is, but yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it's hey, it ain't. It
It's
got
safe
me.
forever. This is just too good. This is the perfect ornament for your Christmas tree. Just fucking locked in. I don't remember what that guy's name is.
Nice.
Just such a dude. Anybody who goes in a pool wearing a full fucking shirt, no,
Yeah, dude.
no, no, can't have it. Oh, this is just too good. This guy is just not. just,
You need to be removed from the gene pool because you're too fucking stupid to be alive.
Yeah?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
no hair, sweetie.
That's it.
Oh, baby.
Touch me. Fucking touch me.
No.
Fucking touch me.
Yeah, that guy's not happy. Can confirm, not happy.
You just told someone you need to be removed from the gene pool, but them telling you that you're fucking bald is that's
Yeah,
it.
that's what pisses everybody off.
Someone cheer him
Like,
up Benny Hill
nice.
style. You
Be
know Benny Hill
nicer.
style.
Let's be kinder to people.
I mean, when you see this guy roll up, you know he's just got some shit going down. Like,
That's fair.
I mean,
That's
he's
fair.
wearing the brown T-shirt. I mean, if you're wearing brown T-shirts, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
You don't give a shit. It's pretty good. So this is from Fox 2 Detroit. Detroit on pace to have lowest homicide rate in 60 years. Someone did the math. 60 years ago, the 1962-63 season, the Lions were 11-3. Next best season so
Jeez.
far.
Yep.
Coincidence? So just remember this: if you play for a football team, you might have an impact on the crime rate,
Yeah, you can save lives.
or not. Get people killed. It's up to you.
Well, yeah, all of the above. You can try to save as many lives as possible.
Facts. I saw this one and this definitely resonated. I know you and I could do this at any time. Dudes can literally just sit around and name old sports players for hours and have the
Oh
best time.
yeah.
Done it many times. Sitting there with a
Oh, there.
beer and you're just
Hey,
going
you
back and forth.
remember so and so? You know, just you could do that
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a good player, bad player, like
Those are
not
the
necessarily
best. Like when you
active.
just think about a rant. Like I was thinking about someone the other day.
Dante Culpepper.
No, but that's a good one. There was somebody that popped into my brain. Just like a rogue. Like, dang, that guy was really good.
NFL or
Gosh,
college?
it was NFL. It was a receiver.
Okay. Can you give me
I,
a
w-
round about
I
time frame?
this would have been like 2000s, I think. Well,
Okay.
I thought about him because I was watching a. Remember that Andre Johnson and what's his face,
Yeah, Cortland
Cortland
Finnegan.
Finnegan, like that fight, and then I
Mhm.
thought about another receiver from back then, but I can't remember who it was now. I'm blanking so hard.
Marcus Colston. Colston was pretty
That's it.
good.
Colston was good. No, it was you remember Mike Wallace for the Steelers?
Yes.
Mike Wallace, deep threat of the century.
Or what happened to What happened to Roddy White? Where'd that guy go? Like
Roddy
he
White
just
just got old as hell, I think.
yeah, they had him, Julio, and it
I
was
think
like,
he just
oh,
got old as shit,
could be.
and that was about it.
We need to have like a tier list of like the most mid NFL players. Like we could do like a quarterback one, then we can go through like the whole thing. Like Dante
Yeah,
Culpepper is the most mid, like he's the definition of a mid quarterback.
yeah,
The
facts.
highest ceiling and just the worst floor.
Yeah,
Like I don't even think Nathan Peterman will make that list for us because he's just, like you're
yeah,
giving me
probably
4
not.
picks or you're giving me 2 picks. So like even on your best day, you're giving me 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, hell, I'll probably
not
do
giving
this.
me much.
I'll do this over Christmas time. I know that. Sit around, talk about players and shit. And this is perfect. So the UK has a great plan. They plan to cut all homeless people in half by 2025. Now,
Okay, that's a bold strategy.
I think you cut your homeless problem down in
I
half
think
it.
you do. Oh, you definitely do.
Oh, so I mean, hey, if that's your initiative
Hey,
and that's what you
if it works, it works. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it.
no. Probably lower your
Who am
taxes.
I to judge?
Does it
Right?
cut my taxes
Who
in
am I to
half? Is
judge?
that what it does?
Cuts them in half.
Okay. Have you ever heard the term gumping it?
No.
Okay, I can't play this whole clip because it gets pretty bad. But apparently, I think from what got from the synopsis, this guy is like a call-in priest.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's all I got.
This is Father Wubby.
I need to confess a sin, Father. I worked at a grocery store in my teenage years. I won't get specific. There was this one girl. Are you familiar with the term gumping it?
Father Wubby is not familiar with the term gumping it.
So gumping it is when someone is not quite retarded, but they're like just on that line. So while it's an ethical conundrum,
I can't play the rest of that.
Yeah. I get the gist, I think.
He goes
He goes
he,
into
he
details about some things.
he gets active.
Yeah.
He gets active. So I learned
Gumping
the
it. All
term
right.
gumping it, and what is this guy's name? Is Father something?
This is Father Wubby.
Father
Although
Moby. So if you need
God
yes,
216438 like
216-438.
are you kidding me? Awesome.
Are
That's
you
awesome.
familiar with the term gumping it?
Gumping it. That's good shit right there.
Oh, I wish I could play the whole clip, but we won't be able to monetize this video even in the future.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. This is quintessential Philly. This is why I'm a big fan of the Eagles, man. These guys just don't give a shit. They just keep coming after you. Couple of Eagles fans showed up to the team's practice facility at 7:30 a.m. with a sign asking the team to run the ball.
Hmm.
These guys right here,
Yeah.
7:30. Run the damn ball,
They're
huh?
gonna let it be known.
Yeah. And I'm happy to report they said that the coaching staff and Coach Sirianni gave these two a cup of coffee and said thank you very much, and they both went their ways. Like,
There you
you
go.
know, I mean, Coach Sirianni could have come out there, flipped them off, and get the fuck
Yeah.
out of my practice facility. So, and we know him; he doesn't mess around. If he's on a tennis
No.
court,
Yeah. He'll beat your ass.
yeah. And as Ty Schmidt said, he's gonna take your wife too. I ain't no wife anymore. I love Coach Sirianni. That guy's a dog.
You guys are a
He
freak.
is
I love him.
Philly.
Oh yeah.
Like
Philly
Sean
personified.
McVay personifies the Rams, kind of calm, cool, collected, like kind of that little
Yeah.
swagger. Sirianni is just that Rocky.
Yeah. Italian.
Italian, you know.
Paisano.
I could see him like if he got hit in the head a couple times, he'd talk like, "Yeah, I know,
Facts.
don't tush push." He said, "Fuck you, okay, thanks, Polly." So
Yeah, he's what, like Dan Campbell is for Detroit, like that type of vibe.
I don't care if you have 3 toes and 1 ass cheek. I'll still beat
Like,
your.
still beat your ass. I'm gonna still beat your ass.
And then he shows the clip. They're doing band work, and he has, this was good for you right here. This shit
Yeah.
right, this great. Dude just gets smacked
You're
with
getting
the
punched
band.
in the
Like
mouth.
he's doing up downs with his broken wrist. Don't
Guy's a
change
freak.
MCs. I
Yeah,
love it.
literally, never change.
No, 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 for
We,
nobody.
we respect you too much.
No. That's why I'd love to see him host the Lombardi. Could you imagine him at a Super Bowl party or a Super Bowl
Uh,
parade? Like,
it'd be insane.
it's crazy, man. The beer, man. Then do I want to see Jared Goff actually get a ring? Probably not.
Yeah, that would be it.
I mean, I already got one, so I
Yeah,
can't
yeah, you
really like.
got one. Let him get his.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see.
I really hope it shapes up somehow where the Rams play Detroit in the playoffs. That would be perfect. Go to Detroit and like, what if Matthew Stafford upsets?
That would be
Guys,
crazy. He can finally win in that building. Just
yeah,
doesn't needs to
not for
be
the home
on the
team.
other team. Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Okay, this is from Pro Football Focus College, I think. Oregon and Oregon State are finalizing a deal to continue their annual matchup, which is I love it. Keep
Yeah, it's
the
a good
Civil
shot.
War going. Next year's matchup is set to take place in Corvallis on September 14th. Okay, so we're getting like earlier season. I'm okay
No,
with
yeah,
that.
cause it's a
Out of conference.
yeah. Like I think most teams should do that. Like kind of how SC does the Notre Dame thing.
Yeah.
Like teams should do that. Like who's moving? Oklahoma
Uh,
and Texas are going to the SEC though, right? So it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
So who's
But you
like
have
our rivalries? Like what rivalries?
Washington State. Washington's going to the Big Ten. I don't even remember
Yeah,
where.
they should schedule non-conference for Apple Cup.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely. I think that's a good idea.
Arizona State needs
And
to have.
you'll always have a good non-conference game, and it could be a good win on your schedule instead of scheduling, Fayetteville State.
Fucking Chattanooga. Everybody wants to
Ye-
schedule them. Like,
Yeah,
your Division 1 program, damn it. That needs to stop happening. I'm tired of that. South
I know.
Alabama can't do it. You're a Division
Can't
One
I can't
program.
keep watching it.
No. That's perfect. I saw this one. I could go. I actually was on this particular Instagram or this Twitter page last night for probably an hour.
Okay,
Just nostalgia.
scrolling.
Just going
Yeah,
through shit. Like,
seeing
probably
what's
should have
up.
gotten more sleep. But do you
Yeah,
remember
well.
as a kid walking past the
Oh yeah.
Bionicle?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
nothing better.
Bionicles were sweet.
Dude, and they had the sickest like little boxes here, like the different colors up top,
Oh
like,
yeah.
and just the pictures they had. Like,
It would look insane.
yeah, I think I had this one, and I promise you, it didn't look that good. Like, I would look at the box, and I'm like, just
You're like, oh yeah, I don't know if it's gonna turn out like this.
yeah. And they had the ones that you could roll out, and you could just throw them at people, and they'd fucking stand up. It was like a little
Yeah,
joyride.
yeah.
Sick.
No, these things were sweet. Need to bring these back.
Facts. See, instead of playing Call of Duty when we were young, like we were doing this. Now we got like
Yeah.
8-year-olds playing Call of Duty. And by the way,
Playing
how is
playing
it our
Fortnite.
fault? Yeah, when we shit on an 8-year-old on the game, like if we're playing League Play and you happen to face an 8-year-old,
Yeah,
now
he's
I'm
not
the
supposed to
asshole.
be on there.
Yeah, like I'm supposed to drop my
Yeah.
rank because little Timmy's hopping on there.
Game's rated M. Like,
No
what's he
chance in
doing
hell.
on here?
Yeah.
Control your child.
And if your child's gonna drop an F bomb to me, well then I'm gonna shit on him. Okay, like I'm gonna dunk on him, and he's getting his body.
Every time.
I got it. Actually, I'm
I'm
not
gonna
even
beat
sorry.
his, I'm gonna beat his ass, man.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Pissed by none but the
All right, I need to check what's going on in our sleeper league. I mean, why do I care? I'm like, oh,
Basically everybody's picking up quarterbacks because Sauce doesn't have one, and he just still hasn't picked one up yet. I don't know why he hasn't like pulled the trigger.
okay, that is pretty fucking funny. I love that. Oh my god. Okay, that is pretty funny. I gotta have some fun.
Well, like
today.
he's in prime position to like. He's
Go to
got it
playoffs?
like. Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like. Maybe 1 year. All right. This is obviously from the Blue Bloods bias, so credible source here. Bombshell evidence has come out linking the CFP committee's head chair to ESPN. No shit. The head of the college football playoff committee is NC State Wolfpack AD Boo Carnegie. Well, Corrigan, not Carnegie. My bad. Carnegie is something you wear. Corrigan's a piece of shit. Got it. Corrigan's already been criticized for his bias against FSU as a fellow ACC athletic director. True. Now here's where it gets even weirder. Okay. Boo's brother is Tim Corrigan. Thank you, Tim. The VP of productions at ESPN.
Hmm.
Okay. Given ESPN's close ties to the SEC, it would have benefited this company to steal Florida State, or the company, to steal Florida State's playoff spot and give it to Bama. I mean, the rest of it's kind of stupid, but I mean, it is worth looking at. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
It is a little
disagree. Bama
sus.
was a better pick, but to see all the ties going through, I thought it was very interesting when people said that, yeah, this guy's an athletic director in the ACC. Wouldn't he want ACC in there? Like, no.
Not
You think he wants
necessarily.
to go back to his team and they're like, you Florida State in and they could have like they won the championship? Like, thanks, asshole.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, I know. Definitely a little suspect for sure.
there's no such thing as a non-biased committee at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just when dumb becomes. This is Dumb and Dumber. So this is a work meeting, which I don't know why someone's filming it, but whatever. They're talking about somebody wants something EOD, and this dummy right here thinks that means end of December.
Mm-hmm.
With a client slide deck because I would love to get that by EOD if possible.
Yeah, no, we should be all set for end of December. I just talked to the team and we should have it by New Year. Yeah.
No,
Everybody's
stop you
head.
right there.
Everybody's
EOD
head just
means
like.
end of day. It is imperative that we get that by the end of day. It's
Yeah,
very
they emailed me about that this morning.
I thought we said so. Okay, end of day, end of December. You see that's going to confusing, right? I mean,
Oh, Brian, I explained this in the HR memo when like you tried to reschedule
Brian,
a morning meeting to start
you're
back up
dumbass.
in January. Like this
You're
5
a big
weeks
dipshit.
we're working. Like,
How did
this
you
is
get
not
hired
paid
here?
time off.
all right, well, that's news to me.
You have to work this.
no. This
It's
is literally
not-
3 slides, and moving on with
It's
the client slide deck.
Did you hear the end of that?
Yeah.
He had to say it's not 3 weeks of paid time off. Like, I don't know where. Bubba,
Like, dude, what are you thinking?
what did you think?
It was just everybody just like clocked it at the same time. Like, wait, what?
And she said it's 3 slides. Why am I going to give you till the end of December for 3 slides?
Yeah, buddy, come on now. You've done more. Like, you can do this. I believe.
This is news to me.
News to me. Like, what did you think?
So every email this guy got throughout the year that said EOD is like end of December.
He's like, oh,
It's like
shit.
February.
I don't have to
do
work ever
shit.
again.
Yeah, end of December, sure. if I
End of
ever work
December.
with
It's
someone
3
like
slides, dude. Just do it now. Like, you could finish it in probably 15 minutes.
It's just not.
if you really had to.
Yeah, that's the end of our Twitter. Let me pull up a tier list here for Call of Duty. I had one loaded for breakfast. That's on me.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, if
Wow.
you got, I mean, we could do breakfast too if you don't have a specific COD one.
No, I could pull up
I
a
feel like
Call of Duty.
COD is more on brand right now for us.
COD's pretty easy here. Do you want to do? We could do a complete Call of Duty tier list. Iconic maps. Which one are you feeling?
We could do Call of Duties and we could like just rank competitive.
Okay. Yeah. Do the
With competitive coming, we could be like where each would rank for us.
right. Let me see. Let me open one of these and see what we're working with. Okay. Let me just try to find one real quick that doesn't include like too many of the old school games, just because
We
like
could always just not like we could not even rank those. We could just start it like
do that.
we could just start
Yeah,
with
let's do that.
let's
Okay.
just start with Black Ops 2 and go from there.
I got you.
Because that
Yeah.
shit'll probably be S.
Folks, don't say we don't do nothing for you, okay?
Yeah.
We're trying.
We'll give you some extra drip.
I absolutely love that people are picking up quarterbacks, so homeboy just can't grab one.
Yeah, it's looking like Ritter or Levis or DeVito.
Oh,
Wilson.
please have him trot up to Vito. Please. All right. Warzone's its own category. That's pretty interesting. Let's see. Where do we want to start here? I mean, you said you want to start from Black Ops 3?
Is Black Ops 2 in here?
Black Ops 2's in here.
Yeah, like
And Black
start
Ops 3.
from Black Ops 2 and up. That's like the first like real competitive. Like that's
Okay.
probably like we could probably
You have
God
3.
tier
I feel like starting it at B is good.
for BO2.
Yeah.
For
I didn't play.
competitive though, it was like as they
I
say
didn't
that
watch.
those are the glory days.
We throw it an A right now.
Yeah.
I mean, do we really want to throw it in S? I mean, we have S tier and God tier, so like,
I
throw it
would
in S
say
right now.
I would say S.
Count that. I didn't watch too much of it, so I don't.
Yeah.
BO3, I did watch a little bit. That was with the M8, right?
Yeah, BO3 was fun. I don't think it's as good as BO4. Like for competitive, it was good though. I would say A though. A's probably fair.
I love that.
And then what else
I
is I'm
wish I
trying to
would have
think
played
I'm trying to
BO4.
think in order. For me, BO4 is freaking God tier.
I love
That's
that.
for me though. Like playing that, watching that, like that got me like into competitive. Like that game was so insane. I know it was
I mean,
5v5, but that shit was fun.
see, that's the game that you showed me that got me wanting to try
I think
competitive.
that one that you put in God tier is BO3, and then the A tier one is BO4. I'm pretty sure I recognize the cover.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
Oh yeah, you're right.
BO4.
My bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to see the fucking shader going on there. Okay. What came after BO4? Was that MW? Yeah, MW came after.
Yeah, but in between there was a AW, IW, there was Ghosts.
Oh, okay.
Ghost was after BO2. So let's go to Ghosts.
Okay,
Let's
Ghost
go.
right here.
Yeah, that one. That's like I
Where
did
do
play a
we-
decent amount of Ghosts.
I think like B.
Yeah, yeah, I think B's fair. It was
Okay.
S&D was fun. I kind of liked it.
I feel like the movement was pretty easy to get to.
Yeah, it
Up,
wasn't anything
right
too
now.
crazy. It had the dolphin dive. Then it went to AW. I did not play a lot of AW. I did not fucking like AW at all. I don't know if
D.
you played it a lot,
Nope.
but
I didn't play it at all.
I would say C. I would say C.
Yeah, I didn't touch it.
Competitive, it was like cool, but yeah, it wasn't the vibe. And then we put BO3 in there. IW put that shit in. I literally did not play that game.
I didn't touch
That
it.
shit in
Something like that.
trash. That game was gross. I was
Not in
playing
a good
like
way.
Overwatch or Fortnite. Then yeah, so then it
MW3, I
would
do
be
remember playing that. That was fun.
MW3 was fun as shit actually. Put that in S.
I'm with it. That game was a lot of fun.
You could put the first MW up in A, honestly, or the Call of Duty 4, I mean.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could go for A. It was
Yeah.
really fun to play S&D on.
that was
The
fun.
sniping was
We don't
sweet.
even have to put like the old school Call of Duties in there. Oh, I forgot. Between IW and it was World War II.
Oh, right. Where's World War II?
That's in between. Oh, did you play World at War?
Yeah.
I fucking loved World at War. Did you like World at War?
I did enjoy it. MP40 PPSH meta was
I
like,
think I liked it as much as S tier. I won't even lie to you.
I'm not opposed to it. That was where like zombies was first introduced. So
Yeah,
it's kinda got that, like,
yeah.
that feel. Yeah.
Um,
I don't
Sauce
see.
has picked up Joe Flacco. Oh my gosh.
He's
Footsteps.
putting up footsteps. Hey, he could be a god tier play.
Who did they play again?
Oh, we'll choose right here.
The Jags.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there it is. I played a lot of World War II. I would say it's like
I think it's like B.
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's better than
terrible.
AW.
All right.
I had more fun with it than AW.
I just hated the fact that I could take off and reattach my fucking silencer, but it would get stuck in the animation.
All right, MW
Twisting that
for
damn thing.
like competitive. C probably.
Let's see.
Yeah, like for everything, like is Warzone in this?
Yeah, Warzone's its own thing.
You could put Warzone in like, but Warzone has totality. Like,
Yeah, it
like
started
all
out really
aspects.
good.
I would
and then
say
it
it's
went
still.
probably still A or B.
I would say A. I think at the end of A is fair. Like it's ahead of. I'd rather play like.
Yeah,
I'd rather play a
Warzone.
Verdansk than like loading up a Ghost or a World War II.
Yeah.
And then what do we got? We don't have to rank the old ones. What about we could put the first Black Ops in there somewhere. Like I thought it was fun, but kind of like I'd put it like
A or B.
I would
Those
maybe
were
the
good.
top of B. Like
Gotcha.
ahead of Ghosts. Maybe.
Scoot your ass over. There
There
you
you go. Yeah, like that seems cool.
go. I like that.
Oh, we didn't even put like actual MW2 in here.
I mean,
Yeah,
shit's
I mean that's God tier.
shit's pretty god tier.
Okay, and then there's Cold War, and then there's Vanguard. I guess they didn't have the. Yeah, I liked Cold War. I'd put
Good.
Cold War in A. I would put Cold War in A. I
You
don't
think
know
it
if I'd
gets
put it in
S?
S. No, I don't think I'd put it in S.
You
I'd
think
put
it's
it.
like second A?
Yeah, I'd put it like like in the mix in there.
Yeah, I'm with that. I thought it was a great
Vanguard.
game.
Ooh.
Maybe the front of C.
Put that bitch in C, yeah.
Yes.
And then if MW2 was on here, put that
Maybe
thing
F.
in probably F.
Shows ass.
Yeah. Like I guess if you wanted to move, honestly, you could move like AW could go down to D. Vanguard could probably go down. Honestly, you could move the C row to D. You could move like World War II to C if you wanted to.
I think MW was really like D.
No, but you
I think
could
C was
move.
pretty.
You could move World War II down to C,
I agree with that.
and maybe even like.
I feel like we have too many in A right now.
I think you could put. I don't know. You could put like the OG down to B. Hot take. Like,
I mean,
I thought Cold War was more fun.
I had more fun.
But S&D was good.
See, but the hard part was I played more Cold War. I understood
Yeah.
Cold War more, and I was old enough to understand how to play the game. When I played MW, like I was just running around. Like
Yeah,
I
you're
got
just vibing
lucky on
out. Yeah.
just shooting people. So that's where it's harder is when like you're seeing a game when you were young and you're like, I wasn't that great because I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I like the list.
Yeah.
Black Ops 2
If I would change things, like like the if you could take, let's just look at these. Like if you could take like one aspect of each of these games to build like a god tier game,
hmm
what would you like starting at the top? Like what would
Ooh,
you take from BO4?
I
I
would
would
take
take
the
I would take the health, the 150 health. That's what I would take.
oh,
I like the health being high.
okay. I'm with that. See, I was between taking the 150 health or taking the like specialist abilities like Tempest, and
Yeah.
that stuff is
They
pretty
got some,
cool. It's make a game changer.
yeah,
Uh,
that was fun. MW
MW2, what would I want to take competitive wise?
or just anything. Just like what's your most fun, like what's the most fun thing for you from like each game?
Oh, Commando Pro.
Commando Pro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could just like do crazy shit off
For
of like
me,
stuff. That's pretty fun.
what was my favorite thing about that? Like probably like
Dual
just roll.
1887s.
Yeah, those were pretty crazy. Running it down with the UMP silenced, or just a crazy Spas 12 like extendo clip, crazy range. Yeah, that would be crazy. Black Ops 2, I'd just say just the maps.
Yeah, I could live with that. Yeah, the
Like
maps were
just
good
the
too. We still
maps were
play Raid.
godlike. Yeah.
Like,
MW3, the ooh,
whatever that
MW3.
sub
The
was, that
kill streaks were fun. Oh no, MW3, the
sub was
you know what was fun? The like what was the mode? The survival mode.
oh yeah.
That was
Oh,
fun.
infected.
Yeah, infected too.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the whole
that
survive
was
the
good.
like the waves, you got to survive the waves. That was
Yeah,
fun. World at War, the zombies.
yeah,
The
100%.
zombies were just that's prime. And honestly, the campaign was pretty crazy for World at War 2.
Yeah,
Back when I
dude.
was playing
Oh,
campaigns.
do you remember when we found out that Easter egg? The guy who made it actually got fired, I think, from their studios, but he added that Easter egg on like I think the second mission where you could jump in the puddles and get like ray guns would pop to the ground and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
patches. I
Crazy.
need that in other games. Like Easter eggs like that are cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Um,
Black Ops
BO3, I never played
3,
it.
I think just the wall running, like the jet, that type of movement is fun.
Jetpack running.
Yeah, not the AW and not the IW, but the BO3 one was like fun.
I'll take that.
Cold
Cold War?
War. Cold War. What did I take from Cold War?
That's why I was gonna take the 150
The
from
anime skin AK-74U.
or
I'll
the
take that
Dragon's
shit.
Breath Krieg.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That shit was
I'll
pretty
take
good.
yeah, yeah. I'll take the anime skin with the purple tracers. The purple tracers went crazy.
Pretty cool. Have you seen the anime deal that's going on now in the new COD?
No.
Let's just say it's a little too much. Just a
Oh my
little too
gosh.
much going on. But
He picked up Levis, Zach Wilson, and Desmond Ritter. Because what's his face? Sauce picked up Flacco. Like DTR might start. Then he's screwed because he picked up all the other quarterbacks. He picked up
Oh.
3 QBs just to spite.
I just, as someone
That's
who
crazy.
is winless in our league, I like seeing someone else go through pain. Like I'm enjoying this part because I know what's gonna happen Sunday. I should win, but we all know ain't happening. The boys phoned it in. That's
I
pretty fun.
believe. I believe.
I don't. It's over.
All right,
Season's over.
Warzone.
Give me
If you could
Verdansk.
play one, would you play Verdansk or Rebirth?
Rebirth. No, Rebirth. If I have to pick
Yeah,
one,
I'd
it's
take
Rebirth.
Rebirth too.
Rebirth is
Give me
fast.
Rebirth. Yeah.
I would take Rebirth though, like before they integrated those Vanguard weapons.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I'll
fair.
take either the original MW weapons or when they put the Cold War in. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
All three was just too much of a mix. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm running a Vanguard sub, I'm running
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kilo, and I'm running a XM4. Like,
You're running it all.
I just need to stop.
OG Black Ops. I can't even remember.
Oh, give me, give me the OG flak jacket.
OG flak jacket. I was gonna say, wasn't this the first time there
Our
was
motion sensors are pretty cool.
gold camo?
Oh no,
Or
no, scratch that,
or like
scratch
the
that.
super gold camo, like a gold Galil.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I would like. Oh, it's a tough toss up
This
actually.
is the first. No, this is OG Nuketown too.
Yeah, but like, give me. I like the fact that you could earn coins and then you could like buy camos, buy attachments. You could make
Mm.
your own logo and you could buy stuff for that. Like that whole buy system, I like.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
This whole unlock system that we have now, I hate with a passion.
Yeah.
I gotta unlock 4 different guns to get this attachment. Or I have to select that I want that attachment so that I can unlock it.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know what the best shit is if I can't unlock it?
For Call of Duty 4, just give me the pick 10 system.
Yes.
Just the OG, like first time they implement, like, hey,
Mhm.
you pick this. You get 2 attachments. You get 3 perks. You want a stun. You want a nade. You want a red dot. Like you can only pick this many.
I
That
liked it.
was nice. MW, nothing. Actually, I don't know.
Um.
Just give me the times with the boys over COVID. That's about it. Like
Ah.
that's what I'll take from MW.
Yeah. Actually,
Just
I'd
just like
probably
with the
take
boys.
the CDL skins were pretty god tier too. Like they were nice. Like the Huntsman
Yeah,
skin.
that
Give
was
me
like
the
the
Huntsman
first
skin back.
start of like having those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool, honestly.
Pretty good. The camos were pretty god tier in that one as well. They were not bad.
World War II headquarters. The actual like you know how you
Yes.
load in and you go into the headquarters and you can like
Yeah.
run to different like places. You can go watch people 1v1ing like in the thing.
You can
Like that was fun.
1v1 someone. You're like, all right, you want to talk shit? All right, let's go back to the
Yeah,
headquarters.
you go over
That's
to the
good.
headquarters. You just load up. You go to your barracks. You could do all that shit there, and you could like
You could
add
try to
players
get
to
out
it.
of the map and do shit. Like it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty.
yeah, yeah.
And you could like hike up places and unlock certain like cards. That was pretty cool. That unlock system was cool too.
Yeah,
Where you
I
could unlock
liked it.
like a chest and like you could get like a legendary attachment or something. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Ghosts. What did I like about Ghosts? I can't even really remember.
I like that you could open like large doors, like the big warehouse doors.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I think Blitz game mode, underrated game mode. I
What
don't
was
know
that?
if you know much about Blitz. Like it's like there's a sector on one side of the map, and there's imagine 2 capture the flag points.
Yeah.
And basically, you get points by running a player into that zone, and then you get transported back to your own spawn site. Imagine capture the flag. So instead of having to run the flag back, by you getting to that team's sector, you get points. And you just do
Okay.
it like that. So you're just trying to run it down to their spawn to try and get in this little zone, and you're trying to
Yeah.
defend and defend your zone, attack their zone, and you're trying to get points as you do it. That was
think-
one of the game modes, and they haven't done it since then.
I'm gonna go back to my MW2 OG. What I would take, bring back demolition.
Demolition. That's a good call.
That was so much. I mean, it was the best way to level up all your guns and stuff. Like it was just. It was so much fun too. Like it was like playing S&D, but you have like unlimited lives. It's like hardpoint mixed with S&D.
Yeah.
Bring that back. Like what?
I know what I'm taking from Vanguard. Give me the auto. Give me an automaton back in my hands right now, and I'm set. That might be my favorite AR of all time.
Give me the rat back.
God, the rat was
It
insane,
was
too.
deadly. I wish I mean, I had such high hopes for the MP40, and then when I found out they blatantly put Bloom on it, like,
Yeah. It did hurt a little bit.
why?
AW don't really want shit.
Yeah, you can keep it, and then the other one.
IW uplink. Uplink and IW, like,
I love with uplink. Yeah. Oh yeah.
you
Get the
get some
shotgun.
options
Dude,
and
just run
shit.
up
Yeah, get your
back
shot.
of the wrist.
Yeah, I mean that was cool. And Optic won champs in IW, so I guess we could take that from it.
Yeah, give me the champs trophy.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Give me the dynasty.
And then I
Dynasty's
only played I played the COD 2 down there campaign. Pretty insane. You're like running like there's
running it
you're
down.
literally running it down beaches of Normandy, bro.
Oh yeah.
Literally running it down. I'm like, what is going on? I was like 6 years old playing that game. Just running it down beaches of Normandy. I'm like, this is insane.
I feel like I played 2 and 3.
I probably played all of them, but I can't remember.
I never played the first one.
I for sure played the second one because I know that was one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite ones. Like there's a sniper mission and you're in Stalingrad and you're going against enemy snipers on the other side. Like it's pretty crazy. And I'm sure if I went back and played it now, it'd be probably shit.
Pass.
Oh wait, from the
Speaking of which, okay.
actually wait, from Black Ops, what did I say? I said some bullshit like gold gun.
Yeah.
No, the
Late?
you know the mission, the campaign mission when you're escaping from the prison with
Oh,
Reznov. That might be the best
yeah.
COD mission ever.
You just
And you stage
the
the breakout. And
yeah.
like you're just like running it down, and then you're trying to get to the train, and then you jump on the train, and Reznov like just dips off, and you have to fight your way out of the whole place. You're like shooting down helicopters, like
That shit was good.
that's like
Yeah.
the opening mission, I think.
No. You're talking. The first mission was Bay of Pigs. Was where you leave your
Oh
young
yeah,
left out to dry and keep running.
yeah. And then I think you go to then it's Reznov and what's his
Yeah.
face, and you're just running it down.
And you have that
Like
big stooge that just beats the guard to death with a stone. You're just
yeah,
like,
and
look over.
sacrifices himself. Literally just like
Yeah, so the boys
just
could get
takes
through.
machine gun fire for the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. What that's when they used to like make campaigns and like try a little bit.
I mean, the
Now
MW2 one wasn't terrible. The last
this
one,
most
like,
recent one?
yeah, no, I haven't played MW3s yet. I
Oh
heard it's
yeah. Yeah, the
better.
MW2 one I don't
It
think
was
I
okay.
finished it. I like the first MW one. It was kind of fun. But
Yeah.
I heard this one's just like a DLC basically.
I
It's just
mean,
like
they all are.
nothing happens. Like, all right, what the
MW2
hell?
is okay. Like, I don't know. Oh, speaking of sniper missions, did you ever try the World at War mission? I can't remember what it's called, but where you're like with Reznov and you like wake up in a fountain and there's all these people dead around you. Like you have
Oh yeah. That one's elite too.
to. Did you ever try to play it on veteran?
No. I don't
Bro,
think so.
this okay. So you'll remember this exact part. You're inside the top of the building and there's a Nazi sniper going at you,
Yep.
and he's in a 5-story building all the way across.
And he always knows who you are.
This motherfucker, when you put him on veteran, is Usain Bolt.
Yeah, he's
You'll
everywhere.
see him on the 3rd floor all the way to the left. You'll turn 1 second and you're sniped from the 4th floor at the right window. You're like, I'm
Speaking of
sorry.
like, we could just go through this and say crazy campaign missions. That would take forever. But like, all gillied up too from the first, like where you're crawling through the shit. That
Oh
one's
yeah.
crazy. The whole MW2 campaign, getting betrayed by Shepard. I almost cried.
Dude, I felt so disgusted.
I got betrayed.
Yeah, I did all that.
Literally got murdered. Like those
Guys,
campaigns are sick.
allegedly.
And the World War II one when like, uh, the World War II one's crazy, or the World at War one I mean is crazy too. Because you're
Which
doing
one?
both, like
Oh
you're in
yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
You're
You're the
storming
American
beaches
side,
in
and then
Japan too. Yeah,
yeah.
and you're Reznov and co. Like the end of the World at War one when like you're fighting to the top of you're literally storming
Berlin.
yeah, and you're fighting to the top and he freaking cuts down the rope and like you plant that shit and you're like, "Hell yeah, we did it." I felt Russian. I felt like I was a proud Russian citizen. I felt like I put in a real shift.
Reznov fucks that dude up with that. I don't even know what type of blade he's holding. It looks
Yeah.
like a weird cutter machete, and he just slices that dude's chest wide open. I'm like,
And then basically none of the campaigns were fun post like BO3 was cool. I liked the BO3 one. That was like
BO2
with
was really cool.
BO3 was with whatchamacallit, wasn't
Oh yeah, beast mode.
Rooker was in there?
I think beast mode was in BO3 as well.
He was in the BO3? Yeah, maybe.
Some big son of a bitch. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and then
I
they just stopped like doing them.
BO2,
MW3 was kind of just like
it was just a
the end of
follow
it.
up.
Like
Yeah.
that
Well,
like it was the
cool
end. It
'cause
was Price killed Reznov, like we did it, you know?
yeah, Price killed Makarov.
Reznov or Makarov, yeah, and like hung him from the thing, like we did it.
Yeah.
And I
It
felt
was
like
cool that
I
you
felt
got to like
accomplished.
smoke a cigar
Smoke,
after you hung the
yeah,
roof.
yeah, we're vibing out.
Oh,
Then
after
after that, like, what game was after MW3? Because BO2 was after that.
I just like from
Because
BO2
BO2 campaign was still
making
good.
decisions. Yeah, like you could make decisions that
Yeah.
affected the campaign. Like you have a mission where like you
The
could shoot
numbers! The numbers, Mason!
what are they mean?
You're just tweaking out. Like those
Dude.
campaigns were fun. But then BO3 didn't like Was it still the same story in BO3? I think it was.
No. I just love the fact that in BO1, bring back also that loading screen where I could just get out of the chair and run around. That was cool. And there
Yeah.
were people that found a way to get out of that room and like give me stuff that I can actually do for fun. Like I don't need all these fancy shit. I just need some fun stuff to do. And can we please bring back? I like this new age of zombies, but can you bring back the old like round base so when I'm bored and don't
It
want to be
was the
online, I
Marshawn
can
Lynch
do
one.
it? Bro.
Oh, I remember playing this one. This one was kind of ass. BO2 was the last good one.
Yeah, BO2 was great.
BO2 was fire. That was with yeah, wait, hold on.
With Mason's son.
Yeah, and you like
And you
almost
talk
shoot him, but you
Woods.
don't. But you kind of
Yeah.
don't. But you like, you think you
Yeah,
did, and then you're just tweaking. You're like, wait, did I kill my boys? Yeah, Raul Menendez. Good
dude.
piece of shit, Raul
That guy's a
Menendez.
piece of shit.
Hate that guy.
Bro, he
Yeah.
blows off dudes' knees.
You know what? You know what
Oh,
campaign was good? Remember, like the Ghost campaign was good, and it's a
yes.
freaking cliffhanger, and it's never been followed up since.
Yeah, I
Remember,
thought
like
that was
you
supposed to be
you
the
s- you
follow-up.
save him out the water, and then boy gets dragged off. It's your brother,
Dipshit
right?
walks out, yeah.
And you're like, wait a second, and then we just like it's like to be continued, and it just never is continued.
Never is continued.
Sergeant
Yeah, it was
Franklitz.
Logan and something. Logan and like Matt or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Black Ops 2 one is elite because that's what the what's his face Michael Rooker is
Yeah.
in it. Freaking Gary Oldman is Reznov.
Bro, it
Keaton
was,
is Hudson. Yeah, that's when they had like actors doing it, bro, and it was like legit.
they had that, and then like at the end of the game, you would get that cutscene of Avenged Sevenfold, um, doing a concert for all like the people that you saved, and like that was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
There's cool shit like that. Like
Oh, underrated part of MW2 is the museum, and you
yes.
press the button, and everyone
Oh my
starts fighting
god,
you, and you just start stressing. The first time you ever do it, you're like, wait, what?
you
What do
have
you mean
no
press
idea
the
what's
button?
gonna
You have
happen.
no clue. You press the button and you just start getting lit up. You're like, what the hell's going on? That shit was fun.
Dude, and there was that little glitch. So like if you went to the back of the museum and there was no like water, there was like it was like a cutout of the last mission where there's the big boat and there's like Price and then Soap and there's
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
water
yeah.
area. And you could push the button and get under there, and it was like a glitch to where you could shoot them through it and they couldn't hit you. And like
Yeah.
I remember seeing that video and I was like, oh, this is great. And it's like, bro, you're in a museum. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, what this insane. Yeah, back when
Give a shit.
they gave a shit about their products and now they just give us a $70 DLC that I don't
And I
give a
still
fuck
buy it
about. And I'm buy it every time.
every time. Maybe that's the problem. They know they got us, so they're like,
Yeah.
I'm not giving you shit.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. All right. We're going up to 2.5 hours, so let's just,
There you go.
I don't think people need to listen to us for 2.5 hours straight. I think that'll make them
No,
dumber.
that was a good run though. We had a good run today.
We did. We did. So, college football committee, let us in. Like,
For you.
for real.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's all I'll say about that.
All right. Alrighty, folks. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what your favorite campaign mission is, or what your favorite Call of
Facts.
Duty is, or if we're pieces of shit again. We're pieces of shit. Don't just
There you go.
just kind of be constructive.
Yeah. Help us
Alrighty,
be
folks.
better.
Please don't make us bummed out. Okay.
Never want to be bummed out.
Bummed out. Shout out to Yinzer. All right, folks. Later.
See ya.